before we jump in, be sure to hit the subscribe button. Listen, this channel is for people who want to have real conversations, no fluff, authentic, where we talk about money, mindset, and relationships and everything else under the sun, as long as it gets back to the money and how we can level up in life. Now, let's be real. Subscribing to this channel helps my content reach more people, which gets me closer to monetization so I can continue to keep giving you high quality content. Now, if you rock with that, be sure to hit the subscribe button as well as the bell notification. Let's get back to the video. What up, what up, what up? Welcome to another show, one of the dopest shows on YouTube where we talk about everything under the sun. As long as we get back to the money, real conversations, and real solutions. I'm your host, Courtnee Edgar. What's good with it, family? What's good with it? My new subscribers, what's good with it? ENG family, what's good with y'all? How y'all feeling? How y'all doing? I hope y'all are having a great Wednesday. Today is great. Before we get into these topics tonight, make sure you like, comment, and you subscribe for the algorithm, and make sure you hit the bell notification so it can continue to keep pushing my content out to the people who want and are looking for my type of content. Also, make sure you become part of the ENG community. It's very inexpensive. Become a member. Do that. That's all I got to say there. Also, if you got any topics that you want me to talk about, or you feel as if you want me to react to, be sure to tap into the Discord. Link is in the description of the latest video. All right, cool. So today, man, we got some topics to cover. We talking about what's just going on in the NFL in regards to Mike Vrabel and a news reporter whose name is Dianna Russini. You know, apparently, allegedly, they're having an affair and both of them are married. That's a thing. We're going to dive into some true crime stuff. We're going to dive into some crime a little bit. We're going to have some conversation about it. And then we're going to get into the ratchet behavior of things. We're going to talk about Cam Newton, Sarah Fidnot, and Cam Newton's girl in regards to, him having to check the list off on how many bodies she done had. And then we're going to dive into on the end of the show, on the end of it, we're going to dive into some real toxic stuff on the Fatty show. All right. So, but shout out to Fatty. All right. So I want to go ahead and get into the main topic of tonight. I want to dive straight in. I want to dive in head first. I'm about to dive in. Whoa. So let's go ahead and dive in. There's many videos that are kind of surface right now in regards to what's going on. So apparently, Mike Vrabel, Dianna Russini, they're having an affair, right? But here's the thing. Apparently, their rebuttal is they were with friends because they were caught in Arizona, just down the street from where I am, out there in Sedona, Arizona. They were caught. Some people caught them holding hands, hugging each other and shit like that. And they were saying that they were there with some other friends with 6 other people. But according to the video, didn't look like that. Well, according to the picture, it didn't look like that. So we're going to dive into it, and I get my thoughts and opinions on there. All right, so let's go ahead and rock out.
Mike Vrabel and Dianna Russini are sharing their side of the story. Hours after photos surfaced of the New England Patriots head coach and the Athletics NFL reporter visiting an Arizona hotel together, the pair spoke out against claims that their encounter was romantic. In the photos obtained by Page 6, Mike and Dianna shared a hug and appeared to dance with their fingers interlocked while on a roof at the hotel. Other pictures show the pair lounging in their swimsuits by the pool and sitting in the hot tub together. Mike, who celebrated his 26th anniversary with his wife Jen Vrabel last year, said in an April 7th statement to Page 6, quote, "These photos show a completely innocent interaction, and any suggestion otherwise is laughable. This doesn't deserve any further response." For her part, Dianna, who is mom to 2 kids with Shake Shack executive Kevin Goldschmidt, noted that the pictures did not include everyone that she and the NFL coach were on vacation with. She told the outlet, quote, "The photos don't represent the group of 6 people who were hanging out during the day. Like most journalists in the NFL, reporters interact with sources away from stadiums and other venues." E! News has reached out to reps for Mike and Dianna for comment and has not yet heard back.
Patriots head coach Mike Vrabel and NFL reporter Dianna Russini are doing super damage control after photographs of them looking awfully cozy together hit the internet. I'm Mike Babcock, and this is A Minute with Mike. Page 6 posted a set of photographs from Saturday, March 28th, taken at this really exclusive resort in Sedona, Arizona. And, well, they show the coach and the reporter looking very much into each other. Page 6 spoke with people, and we have spoken with witnesses as well who say they saw them having breakfast together in the morning before they hit the pool and then hit the hot tub. Again, looking cozy. They were seen on camera hugging each other and holding hands. Not like this too. Now, both of them say this is nothing. It's not what it looks like. It's much ado about nothing. And they better hope that's the case because they are both married and not to each other. Mike Vrabel got married in 1999. He's got 2 kids. And Dianna got married in 2020. Now, both of them have come out with statements here. Here's what they had to say. Vrabel goes, "These photos show a completely innocent interaction and any suggestion otherwise is laughable. This doesn't deserve any further response." Russini, for her part, goes, "The photographs don't represent the group of 6 people who are hanging out during the day. Like most journalists in the NFL, reporters interact with sources away from stadiums and other venues." The only thing I'll say about that, maybe, but I've been a reporter for about 13 years, and I have never held an NFL coach's hand, never hugged them. It just doesn't happen. Maybe she's got a different relationship. Bottom line is they say this is much ado about nothing. Are you buying it?
Well, it's kind of crazy that you would put yourself in her shoes, saying that you ain't never held hands with a coach. Well, we would hope that. we kind of would hope that, you know what I'm saying? We kind of hope that would be the case, that you wouldn't want to do that, right? And be hugged up with another man. All right. So far, man, you know what? I'm gonna show y'all the other side. Let me show y'all the other side. So these are the pictures. So this is his wife. This is Mike Vrabel's wife. And this is Dianna Russini's husband that she got married to. So they both are married, like I said before. Here's the thing. Will they be fired from their jobs? I highly doubt it. I doubt that this will affect his NFL coaching career, and I highly doubt that this would affect her news reporting career. I just think they may take some time away from the camera, things like that, so everything can die down. I'm pretty sure ain't nobody gonna be talking about this in the next couple of days. So I think from that standpoint, I think they're gonna be straight because nothing crazy happened. You know, there was nobody stalking or doing heinous crimes or anything like that in regards to this situation. So I think this is something that's just going to die off really fast. If I'm going to be 110% honest with y'all, this is what I think. That's my personal opinion on. So I don't think they're going to lose any money off of this. I don't think that their career is over with. I think they're going to continue to keep doing what they're doing. He's going to continue to keep coaching for the Patriots. She's going to continue to keep doing new sports news reporting. So apparently, this is Sedona, where they were at. Now, here's my question. What are 6 people at? I'm pretty sure that at any given moment, the person who was taking those photos would have at least caught them with those 6 people at least once. Because there looks like there's nobody within feet of them. Now, could it be something that's harmless, something that's not even nothing? Possibly. But again, the optics of it just don't look good. And it's just pictures. You know, we don't have any video footage of them actually doing anything wrong. We don't have any video footage of them kissing or anything like that. All you see them, they hugged up right here a little bit. That still can be looked at as a friendly hug because they know each other. Who knows? We don't know. We don't know. But again, the optics of it, you gotta give the side eye to, like, And out of all places, y'all in Sedona together. Out of all places, you know what I'm saying? How long have y'all been close? How close are you with the wife? So now you got to start diving deeper and asking deeper questions, trying to figure things out to really get to the bottom of this. Because, it just don't look right. And then again, you see them. Now here's the thing. In this picture, she's over there. He's right there. Now, apparently, it looks like they are talking to some other people. She's looking at him. He's looking over to his left. So I'm pretty sure he's probably talking to some people. So that could be a thing where there were some other people in the hot tub with them. Somebody probably just cut that out. They just cut that little portion out, and they really didn't care about who he was talking to. They just wanted to get a picture of him. I'm gonna sit back and I'm gonna say no harm, no foul on this situation. On this part, I'm gonna say no harm, no foul. You got it. Do your thing, big dog. But here's something else I want to show y'all real quick, because this interview that Dianna Russini was on, it then makes me question: were they actually doing something, or is she out here stepping out, or does she actually have something going on with Mike Vrabel, just based off of this conversation that Dianna Russini just had? So let me pull it up, and then we'll tackle it. Let's get to it.
Diana's husband here. Dianna, we want to give you one more chance to address this. It happened earlier in our program today. For those of you who weren't watching, Dianna Russini said this.
And I think we all do weird things when we're in love, and we overshare and overpost. And look, he's married. He's getting married to a beautiful actress. I'm married to someone average. I don't post a lot about him. If I was married to someone beautiful, I'd overpost too.
What'd she just say?
What?
Yeah.
Man, hell no.
What the hell? Oh my God, no way.
Now, this doesn't seem nice. We have put together photos of Diana's husband here for everyone to see so you can make some amends on national television.
We're average together. And you know what the worst part is? He sent me a text during that segment, not watching because he actually works for a living. And he said, good luck today. Be great on Get Up. So the guy's got a heart of gold. And here I am on national TV killing him. Look, we're average together, but he makes me above average because he married me. So I am so sorry. I need to really stop killing my husband on television. I'm going to be divorced by Christmas.
I think for all of us, it was the best moment on the show today. And I wanted to make sure that at least we got that, so we could the last thing in the world we want to do is pry couples.
Now, by that statement alone, now I know, ladies, I know how y'all are. It's harmless. She didn't mean anything by it. It can be anything. It can be any reason. No. And this is the conversation that a lot of men always have. These are the conversations. When we talk about the Michelle Obamas, when we talk about the Aisha Currys, and any other woman who has spoken out in regards to her husband in a negative manner, whether it was harmful or not, anytime that you are on camera, you speaking on your spouse, you need to big up them in every way possible. Not slight jokes just because it's just lighthearted. Oh, he's average. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. You don't do that. You don't do that. But I'm glad you acknowledge the fact that you better keep your mouth shut or you're gonna end up divorced. So this is where I kind of question is like, because she's saying stuff like that, it kind of leads me to believe that there's a potential crack in the door that she can easily walk up out there and go cheat on him. But I can be 110% wrong about that, right? But when I see women do things like this, when you on the public platform, you got notoriety, you got visibility, and you're talking down on your husband like this on the public platform where millions of people are going to see you, that's an issue. That's a problem on every level. Don't matter if it's lighthearted, don't mean if you meant anything by it, it's the optics of it at the end of the day. If you got a husband and you are on the public platform, stop talking down on your husband, regardless if it's lighthearted. Stop talking down. The only thing that you need to be doing if you're going to talk about your husband, you need to be big up in him. And it goes the same for men too. Big up your wife, big up your lady, everything that they're doing right when you're on the public platform. Stop trying to bring people into your life all the fucking time. They don't need to know everything about you, bro. Real talk. But hey, but like I said, no love, no money lost here. I don't think he's going to lose his job. She's not going to lose her job. Everything's going to continue to keep going. The clock is going to continue to keep turning. Nobody's losing anything here. So, like I said, this should have died out soon. But hey, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe for the algorithm, and make sure you hit the bell notification.
Listen, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to check out either of these two videos right here. And make sure you share this post with your friends and your family.
So, give me a second. Let me do something real quick, man. I forgot to let my people know. Something real quick. Give me a second, y'all. Let me send this out real quick. Give me a second. Make sure y'all liking the live, people. Make sure y'all liking the live. When you're in here, like the live. Make sure you're liking the live. Give me a second. Yeah, I'm coming, y'all. My bad. Give me a second. Trying to. No. Cool. We locked in. All right, cool. We locked in. All right, so let's go to this. I want to go to this next topic. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this, but I do think that it is critical in looking at the hypocrisy, and it kind of makes me question some things in regards to some of these white people. And no, this is not a black thing, but it just goes. I just want to show the hypocrisy in regards to a lot of things that a lot of people do. They think that a lot of times it's okay to do certain things. So y'all remember a couple of days? Well, I guess it's been what, like a week or two or so since this popped off. But y'all remember Drewski? Y'all remember the Drewski skit when he did about, apparently, allegedly, it was about Erica Kurt. We don't know that for sure. But hey, a lot of things align with, some of the things that she did do. So I'm not gonna sit here and be naive and say that it ain't. But hey, I can't. We don't know that for 100%. Could be. We don't know. So apparently, Jake Paul wanted to come back, and he had some things to say about it. And then I'll give my thoughts and opinions on it. All right. So let's go ahead and rock out my phone. Okay, a couple of things here. When you look at black face, white face, however you want to look at it, there's a fine line. Now, I'm all for comedy. I'm all for white jokes. I'm all for black jokes. I'm all for Iranian jokes. I'm all for Hispanic jokes. I'm with the shits. I laugh at it. I don't take a lot of things serious, right? My biggest thing is I want to look at it from an objective standpoint. I want to be as objective as I possibly can. I'm not here to be like, oh, bro, I'm pro-black, man. You shouldn't be doing black people. I'm not here to do that. Or on the flip side, oh, man, you shouldn't be doing that because it's a white woman. I'm not going to do that. I'm not. However, on the contrary of the situation, when you think about the context, even this Karl Malone dress up, Jimmy Kimmel would be considered in the comedian realm. He would be considered a comedian. So he's coming from a comedian's perspective. Every skit that Drewski has done has been from a comedian's perspective. Everything. This isn't just a white thing. This isn't just he didn't just start doing this. Drewski has been doing this for a long fucking time. A long time. We don't see Drewski as anything else but a comedian. That's it. So when he does it, we know it's comedy. Now, we understand that Jake Paul likes to walk that line. He does. He's an edgy guy. He really don't give a fuck. He got a lot of money. What really can you do to him? Ain't much you can really do to him. He paid like that, right? There's not really much you can do to Jake Paul. However, nobody looks at Jake Paul as a comedian. They look at him as this Disney guy who became a prankster, who then became a boxer. And that's all. He just an influencer. We don't see him as a comedian. We're not checking for what's up, the jeans, my guy. We're not what's up, Snow. We're not checking for Jake Paul's next stand-up comedy show. We're not checking for Jake Paul to bring us a funny skit. We're not checking for Jake Paul in that regard. We're not. So for you to come out and say, well, I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna do a blackface. It's cool. Listen, I won't have a problem with it if you were a comedian. I'd be like, shit, hey, listen, all fair. It's all fair. If you're a comedian, y'all going back and forth, do your thing. I'm not tripping on it. However, Jake Paul, you ain't no comedian, big dog. You're not a comedian. So what you're doing now, you're doing it for the relevancy, to spark a little rage from other people. You ain't gonna spark no rage from me because I'm not tripping on it. But it's just a simple fact of we already know where people are gonna look at you as. They're gonna, of course, they're gonna call them racist. I'm not here to talk about that. I'm just here to talk about you're not a comedian and we don't think that you should do that. But you did it anyway. Which is wild. But I gotta say, it's funny as shit though. I gotta say it. Listen, bro, even though you're not a comedian, I've never seen you as one, never checked for any type of comedy that you have done, if you have done any. Never have. However, this shit is funny though. I'm not gonna hold you, bro. And I get it. All is fun in comedy. All is fun. All is fair in comedy, bro. So if we look at this as comedy, cool, do your thing. But I don't think that you should have done it. I think that it should have been an actual person that was an actual comedian that done it. And then I think a lot more people would have taken it differently. But no, for all you Caucasian individuals, I got to call a spade. For all you Caucasian individuals, and I got to also call the black people out too. For all the black people who thought the Drewski shit was funny as hell, but then you got a white person who comes out and do the same thing. You can't be upset. You cannot be upset. You can take a step back, get out of your emotion, and look at it and say, you know what? He's not a comedian, but all is fair in comedy. All is fair. It is what it is. And shit is kind of funny. And we just move on. Don't make it bigger than what it needs to be. Simple. Don't make it bigger than what it has to be, dog. Because that shit is, listen, that what did Drewski? I think Drewski, he replied back to it. He said, like, it's some dude named Marcus that's in corporate. He said that's what it looked like. He said, it don't look like me, like some guy named Marcus that works in corporate America. And he say, let's circle back on this. Let's circle back on this tomorrow. I was like, bro, that shit funny as hell, bro. That shit was funny. I'm not gonna hold you. But hey, but I do what I do agree with in regards to what Jake Paul said is I think people need to stop being so sensitive. I do believe that people need to stop being so sensitive all the time. Everything, you don't have to be offended by everything that you see. You don't have to be offended by everything a black person does or everything a white person does. Everything, sometimes you gotta let that shit just roll off your shoulders. Sometimes you just gotta laugh. Everything is not meant to be serious. Sometimes y'all take yourself a little too serious. You overdo it. You overstep. It's like, all right, man, calm the fuck down. It ain't that goddamn serious, dog. You ain't gonna lose your life. You ain't gonna lose your job over the situation. Like, chill. It ain't that serious. You know what I mean? So, hey, but let me know what y'all think in the comments. Do y'all think Jake Paul is out of pocket for this? Or do you think, it's all fair in love and comedy? Let me know what y'all think in the comments, man. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe for the algorithm, and make sure you hit the bell notification.
Listen, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to check out either of these two videos right here. And make sure you share this post with your friends and your family.
Yeah. Listen, y'all. Make sure y'all are tapping into the super chat goal. Make sure y'all tapping into the Cash App goal. We're trying to reach goal tonight. And if you haven't joined the ENG membership, become an ENG member today. So that way you can get the exclusive, you can get the videos posted before everybody else see it. You will be able to view that, and then other little fun things that I'm going to be adding on as well. So definitely tap into that. All right. So become an ENG member. We got to build that community up. Listen, the goal for I want to be clear about this. The goal for this year, 2026, of ENG members, we got to reach 100 members this year. 100. That's not a hard thing to do. It's not a hard thing to do. 100 ENG members by the end of 2026. That means by December 31st, 2026, 11:59, we got to be at 100 members in the ENG community. That means 100 members on this YouTube channel. We need to be there. I'm going to continue to keep showing up. I'm going to continue to keep doing what I'm supposed to be doing. But either way, we're going to continue to keep working. But that's the goal. 100 members, 100 ENG earned, not given members. Y'all see it? Earned, not given. That's what ENG stands for those of y'all who don't know. All right. So I want to go ahead and go to this next topic real quick. I want to talk about Nikki Glasser. She's another white woman. Matter of fact, what does Nikki Glasser do? Let me give a little background on this. I want to be clear on what she does. Okay, so Nikki Glasser is a stand-up comedian. She's a stand-up comedian and actress. She's a stand-up comedian and actress. All right. And so she was just on Call Her Daddy. It's a lot of women that go on there. Call Her Daddy, which is an egregious name, by the way. Call Her Daddy. And she basically said that she has a fetish for her boyfriend. By letting her boyfriend cheat with other women, that turns her on. So we're going to get the full context of what she said, and then I'm going to give my thoughts and opinions on it. All right, so let's go ahead and rock out.
You call this the hot husband fetish.
Yes.
Which is essentially when you want your partner to have sexual experiences with other people outside of the relationship.
Yeah.
So when did this start for you, Nikki? Let's go back.
This started with my boyfriend when I was 29, because I really hadn't had a boyfriend before then. He would tell me about like I would always ask him about like past hookups and girlfriends and how they got together. Like I was like the beginning, like how did you guys first know you liked each other? Like I love that like our legs were touching on our table and neither of us moved our leg or something like stuff like that. I would be like, oh, so like I don't know, it would make me like horny to like think about him doing that with other girls. And then I'd ask about all of his like girlfriends or anyone he had hooked up with, like all the details about it. And I would really be like a foreplay for me. Like I would get like revved up talking about it.
Sensational.
And then it reached a point where he was out of stories. Like he had gone through all of them. And I was like, and that it's almost like he was telling the same ones. And I was like, I know this one. So it wasn't as exciting anymore because I was getting the same stuff. So I was like, I know this is, I had never heard of anything like this. I felt so weird, but I was like, I think I need you to like get some more stories.
You need new material, Chris.
Yeah, I was like, I need
What do you mean by that?
to like go out there and just have a flirty moment with someone, like anything where I can feel like, maybe it's my competitive nature of like, I want a guy who other girls want. Like I like something that is like, you know, you want a handbag that other girls are like, oh my God, I'm dying to get that.
That's
like,
relatable. That is relatable. Like I have experienced that like masochism to a certain degree where I'd be like, tell me about every ex. Tell me about all the things. Like that part of the beginning of the relationship.
Upward, or were you like, I want to know because I hate
No,
this
it
girl.
definitely like made me be like, okay, now I'm gonna like fuck you 10 times better tonight.
Yes. Okay, yes.
But then
Hold on. Hold on.
Ooh, wee.
Listen, bro. Listen. This you see what I'm saying, the genius? This is what I'm saying. This is what we want to hear. These are the things that we want to hear. Because we already know this. We already knew this. Men have been talking about this for the longest. Men have been saying this, like, man, y'all chicks want dudes that other chicks want. But no, you know, everybody else, you know, they got a front for the camera. No, we ain't like that. We don't want men like that. You lying. Y'all out here, y'all be fucking niggas who already got multiple baby mamas already, and you become the next baby mama. You already know what it is. You already know what type of time he on, and you still want him. Bro, we was watching bro, I kid you not. Were you here? No. You I don't think you were here, the genius. Last week for Who You Talking To Fridays with the panel on Banner and Barter, right? We did a Pop the Balloon show. And it was one that I had reacted to initially. And so it was the last guy. He came out, he was being honest. He's like, listen, man, I got a kid, you know what I'm saying, by a sneaky link that I had. You know, Buddy was just brutally honest about everything. He was brutally honest, like, listen, man, I want Shorty down there on the end. Like, he was literally telling everybody, listen, I want Shorty down there on the end. Trying to convince her and everything. There was this one chick, she didn't pop her balloon at all. And he's saying everything. He was saying, listen, I want Shorty down there. He kept saying it. And you can tell he wanted Shorty, but she never popped her balloon. And when they got up there, before you know, they asked the question of, you know, saying, is it a match? She was like, okay, so why didn't you pop your balloon? Shorty said, listen, I'm going to be honest with you. I normally wouldn't even go for a guy like you, but because you were so brutally honest, it kind of turned me on. I was like, bro, what? I'm like, on camera? Bro, we caught it in real time. But they think we crazy. They think we just be talking out the side of they think we be talking out our ass, bro. When we be saying this shit, like, bro, y'all shorties want a man that other bitches want. Y'all do. If he ain't him, you don't want him. Y'all women are competitors too. Y'all got a little competition in y'all too. And the fact that these both of them are saying the fact, both of them are saying, now listen, I want to know about your exes beforehand, you know, because it kind of turns me on. Because now I'm gonna fuck you 10 times harder. What? Facts, the genius. Facts. It makes them feel better because they feel empowered that they said it. We didn't have to tell them. We didn't have to let them know, like, bitch, I already knew that. Like, I already knew this. What these ladies don't understand, like, we got to know them before they know us. We got to understand them beforehand. We have to learn. We have to be the ones to learn how to navigate around them. They have the luxury to not have to worry about us because they know we gonna come. So she's able to say some shit like that. And the thing is, it's not even crazy that she said it. It's just the fact, like, bro, it's in public. It's out here in the open now. I think, you know what? We gotta address this again. Damn. I wish we were doing the live stream this Friday. You know what? I'm still gonna hold on to this one. This is phenomenal. I like this.
It's like showing their value, that they are valued by other women. Because I respect women and women's opinions. I do.
Better tonight.
Yes. Okay. Yes.
But then
it's like showing their value, that they are valued by other women. Because I respect women and women's opinions. I do.
This all comes back to hating men.
But why does it come back to hating men though?
This whole thing is like men are discussing and they need to get their boners fixed immediately. And I don't really want to fix your boner, but I love women.
I want my boyfriend to fuck other women because I just love women so much.
Now, I would say this. That's by far.
What?
Yeah.
Man, hell no. What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
By far the craziest shit I've heard today. She said, I want my man to cheat because I love women. Whatever, bro. Whatever, dog. Whatever. Because at the end of the day, the man is getting what he wants. He getting multiple women. If him fucking multiple women is gonna turn him on, nigga, he living his best life.
I'm such a feminist.
Hold on. This is all about, this is not pick me. This is pure feminism. Hold on.
Exactly. Thank you for getting to the root of it.
So you then tell this to Chris, and was he like, this is a trap? You're out of your mind?
They always think it's a trick. Like, you know, he knew that I was a sincere person and wasn't the type of girl to like, I wasn't a jealous person up until this point. So I don't think he was like getting any of that vibe of like, she's just trying to test me. So it was like, are you serious? You really want that? Okay. Like, how should this happen? And so I was like, you know what, if you do it and I don't like it, because I don't know how I'll feel. Like, I've never done this before. So I don't know how I'll feel if my boyfriend, you're my first boyfriend ever. And so how will I feel if you have a flirty moment with another girl? So just like try it. And if I don't like it, we can stop. And just don't do, like, don't kiss her, but like, see if you could, like, if you get to a place where you're like, maybe you even go, I have a girlfriend, like something like that. But I don't make her feel bad about it.
Yeah.
And don't make her feel like she's being like, actually, you know, like I was very careful to like always let the girl know you have a girlfriend. So she's choosing to do this, and just let her know that.
Man, 1 + juice = Pluto. Fuck is you talking about, bro? No, you can't tell me. Nope, I'm gonna do it how I'm gonna do it. The same way that I got you is the same way I'm gonna do it with the other shorties. Nah, bro, you're not finna sit up here and try to navigate this shit. No, I got full control of all this. You ain't finna tell me how to do it. Nope, not happening. But ain't happening. Nope, you lying. Ain't happening. I think this is crazy. I think this is wild. But at the same time, I do understand, and we already know that this is a thing anyway. Now, it may not be to this degree in regards to, you know, you actually trying to flirt with a woman and, you know, you on the verge of kissing her, and then, you know, you just say stop type shit, whatever type of fantasy she got, 50 Shades of Grey type shit that she got going on. But most women in general think like this in their head, but they just won't say it out loud. They won't say it out loud. They want a man that they know that got other bitches. Mind you, I'll give you an example. Y'all ever been out with a shorty? Y'all ever been out with a chick and she say some shit like, where your hoes at? I know you got other women. Am I the only person that you've taken here before? Or I bet you take all your other girls here or wherever y'all go. Anytime they say something like that, they know that you can get other women. A lot of times they already know it. They already know, like, oh yeah, I know that he out here getting bitches for real. I know he on them games. However, I'm still gonna roll with it because I want to see what's happening with it. It's an adventure for them. It's fun for them, keeping them on their toes. They got that toxicity in them. Listen, man, let these girls fool you if they want to. Let these chicks fool you if they want to. I want a nice guy. I want a guy that just thinks about me. I want a man that's just, he values me first. And, he just really puts me on a pedestal. Bullshit. That ain't what you want. Now, you will settle for it, but that ain't what you want. That ain't the shit that turn you on. You want the nigga that's gonna dog you. You want the nigga that's gonna tell you shut the fuck up. You want the nigga gonna tell you sit the fuck down. You want the nigga who ain't gonna give you all the time and attention that you want. That's the nigga that you want. The nigga that you know that at any given moment he can go pull another chick at any given moment. And especially if he's a man that's of high caliber, 6-figure dude, in shape dude, about his business, on his purpose. Oh, 1000%. 1000%. She going. And what make it even more crazy is the fact that you can still tell her, listen, man, I got a chick, man. Nigga, that's gonna turn her on even more. Because the fact that you told her you got a shorty and you letting her know, like, listen, hey man, listen, I got a chick. I ain't checking for you. I'm good on that, man. That turn her on even more, dog. That's why we be saying, shout out to my dog Marcus, man. You ain't got to lie to him. Tell him exactly what it is, man. I got somebody. Not leaving them for you. I'm not doing that. You cool, you good people, all that other, nope, ain't happening. Can't do it. So that shit crazy, bro. But hey, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe for the algorithm, and make sure you hit the bell notification. Make sure y'all support the channel as well, dog. Make sure you support the channel.
Listen, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to check out either of these two videos right here. And make sure you share this post with your friends and your family.
Yeah. So let's switch gears a little bit. We're going to switch gears a little bit on this one. We're going to get into some crime. So there was this college football player, college star football player who was charged with his girlfriend's death. Now, we don't know the ins and outs of what happened. We don't know the full details. That's why we're going to watch this video. And then this one is a little bit longer, so we're going to take our time with this one and kind of dissect it. And I'll give my thoughts and my opinions while we go through the video. All right, so let's go ahead and rock out.
Student is killed in an ATV accident that also left her boyfriend seriously injured. Now, months after the fatal crash, her boyfriend faces homicide charges in connection to her death. We're breaking down the latest development as his lawyer claims the tragedy was unavoidable. This is Inside the Crime, presented by Law and Crime. I'm Elizabeth Milner. Police say the crash happened after a deer ran into the roadway. And you might be thinking, how does that equal homicide charges? Well, police say they discovered that the woman's boyfriend was allegedly under the influence of alcohol at the time of the crash. Alyssa Boyd and Julian Fleming were a super cute couple who seemed very loving toward one another. Last November, she posted this to her Instagram with the simple caption, "Proud of you, 3." It's a sweet tribute to her beau, as the number 3 was the same number Julian wore on his Penn State jersey. 6 months after that post, though, Alyssa tragically was dead. Police say on May 23rd, Alyssa and Julian were riding around on an ATV in Bradford County, Pennsylvania. The two were probably having a great time. It was near the beginning of summer. It was a Friday. Julian was the driver and Alyssa was riding as the passenger. Then police say a deer jumped into the road. I mean, for any driver, they're going to try to avoid the deer. And that's what Julian tried to do. But the ATV collided with the deer, causing them to crash. Julian was reportedly knocked unconscious. When he came to, he noticed Alyssa wasn't breathing. Officials say she had critical injuries, but there was no chance of saving her. She was pronounced dead at the scene. Julian had to be taken to the hospital for treatment. Now, initially, investigators noted there was a deer that hadn't been dead long near the site of the crash, and it seemed to match the damage Pennsylvania State Police trooper saw on the ATV. Now, officials noted neither Julian nor Alyssa were wearing safety equipment. And while at first glance the deer seemed to be the cause of the terrible accident, the investigation remained ongoing. Some reports even suggested it was just a terrible freak accident. On June 2nd, Julian posted this tribute to his late girlfriend with the emotional caption, "Not a day will go by without you on my mind. Love you forever." When investigators dug deeper, though, they learned the former Penn State football player was allegedly under the influence of alcohol. On October 7th, now 5 months after the fatal crash, Julian was charged with homicide by vehicle while driving under the influence, homicide by vehicle, aggravated assault by vehicle while driving under the influence, DUI with blood alcohol between 0.1 and 0.16, careless driving, unintentional death, plus more. His defense attorney saying that he surrendered to police and was later released after posting a $75,000 bond. His lawyer told NBC News he's been cooperating with police and even submitted a blood alcohol test that his lawyer says registered at 0.118, which is still higher than the legal limit of 0.08. Damn. His attorney told the outlet a deer ran into the road. They were both knocked unconscious. When he came to, she wasn't breathing. He was traumatized. Regardless of whether there was alcohol involved or there wasn't alcohol involved, this was an unavoidable event. Yeah, bro. He hasn't done anything wrong. He hadn't operated the ATV in an unlawful manner. He hadn't done anything wrong when this deer ran into the roadway. Alyssa's death left her family and loved ones heartbroken. Her loved ones writing in a GoFundMe post, Alyssa Boyd, 23 of Bloomsburg, PA, passed away unexpectedly in an ATV accident while riding with her boyfriend, Julian Fleming, on May 23rd, 2025. Alyssa was a 2020 Central Columbia graduate, where she was an outstanding student and athlete. Alyssa was studying toward a psychology degree at the University of Alabama, where she was a member of the Gamma Phi Beta sorority. Alyssa was so deeply missed, as her smile could light up any room. Though it's unclear how Alyssa's family feels about her boyfriend facing multiple charges, the district attorney's office is still moving forward with the case, and Julian is set to appear back in a Pennsylvania courtroom later this month. So what could all of this mean? Could Julian get serious time for this very tragic accident? I'm joined now by criminal defense attorney John Day. John, thank you so much for joining me. In your opinion, do the charges fit the crime here? I mean, you have homicide by motor vehicle, homicide by vehicle while driving under the influence.
She was on the ATV with him, or was she driving her own? Did I miss that? Was she only with him? Because if she was driving them by herself, then how can y'all blame him for her running into the deer? But if she was on the vehicle ATV with him riding on the back, it's a whole different ball game.
It's aggravated assault by vehicle, and that's just naming a few. But do you believe the charges fit the crime here?
Hi, thanks for having me. So what this differentiates this is the fact that there is according to law enforcement, there is a breath alcohol test, the test of alcohol in the blood, a blood alcohol test that raises this to a criminal level. It's not the simple accident, tragic accident that you might have if it was just a collision with an ATV rider and a deer. When you introduce alcohol into it, that's what raises this to the level of a crime. And then, of course, you have the tragic death involved. So, yes, it seems like it's an appropriate charge on the prosecution side for the death of someone, and there's an ATV accident, and there's alcohol involved by the person who is in control of that vehicle. So, unfortunately, we see this way too often. But an ATV looks like a fun toy, but it can be deadly, especially when you introduce alcohol at the level that this apparently was in the driver's body.
You know, there's a reason Law and Crime is the go-to spot for all legal and true crime content on YouTube. Just like there's a reason Morgan & Morgan is America's largest personal injury law firm. They're a firm with more than 1,000 attorneys in the link below. Or scanning the queue, you think there was such a long period of time before the charges were filed?
Yeah, it's curious. It's interesting. We haven't heard from the prosecution why. A lot of times this means that they are waiting for various tests to come through. I mean, a lot of these state crime labs are backed up, and they're seriously backed up. So a lot of times if you're a prosecutor, you're waiting for—
I wouldn't, to be honest, they didn't say, but I'm pretty sure she did. I'm pretty sure she did.
For a long time to get a result that then you can use to apply to a criminal charge. So is it possible that they had to wait for results to come back? Yes. Is it possible that they were continuing to conduct an investigation, talk to all the eyewitnesses, talk to people who were present, who might have any information? Yeah, all those things are possibilities, but a lot of the times it's something as simple as you got a crime lab that's really backed up.
Mm-hmm. And, you know, I want to go back to a point you had just made in the first answer, talking about how an ATV, while it does look like a fun toy, it can be a very kind of dangerous vehicle if something were to happen to it. And I think some people also don't realize that you can even get a DUI while driving an ATV, but really it goes for any type of motor vehicle. As long as it has a motor, if you're driving under the influence, that also can lead to a crime. What are your thoughts on just people not recognizing that allegedly driving an ATV while under the influence can also be a crime?
Yeah.
Right. Any type of vehicle. I mean, it can be an ATV, it can be a golf cart, it can be a boat. A lot of people don't understand that it's not just a car, it's not just a pickup truck. You can be operating a motor vehicle in your jurisdiction. And if you are consuming alcohol or some other substance that can impair you, you can be facing a DWI charge, an operating while under the influence charge. And, you know, you see it a lot, sadly, with ATVs because they are often associated with, a recreational event, or you're out on a trail somewhere. It's not like getting into a car, closing the doors, turning on the ignition. And in this case in particular, when you've got a test result that looks like it's between 0.10 and 0.16, you know, most states, almost every state, the legal limit for intoxication while driving, for example, is 0.08. If you're at 0.16, you are twice the legal limit. So what we've seen here apparently is that the results came back somewhere between 0.10 and 0.16, which 0.10 would be slightly over the legal limit. 0.16 would be
we don't see any
twice. And so this indicates to the prosecutor that this person is impaired, and that impairment led them to do something that led to the death of someone. That's where you get the homicide by vehicle charge. And so it's it's a tragic example of what happens when you mix a fun device like an ATV and alcohol, and suddenly you've got a poor woman who's dead, and you've got a guy who's facing a long time in prison because of some choices he made, according to the prosecution.
Yeah, and you know, we've seen cases and tragic cases like this happen before where, you know, it might not be a young woman, it might be a child who's also in that ATV, and then an accident happens and then charges are filed. So it's not out of the realm of possibility that we haven't seen this before. But I'm curious to know, John, your thoughts on whether or not the victim's family had a say in the charges being filed, because according to the GoFundMe, the organizer wrote that this was an accident, and it seems that they don't believe this was intentional. But does intent really even matter at this point?
Yeah, right. Well, again, the victim's family's wishes, of course, are going to be taken into consideration by a prosecutor. But at the end of the day, and in the final analysis, it's always the prosecutor who makes the final call. While they're supposed to take into account what victims' families want, the prosecutors say, well, our goal is to protect the community. We have a larger target. We have a larger mission than just what.
Hey, I was thinking the same thing. I was thinking the same thing. Listen, bro, they gonna throw the whole book at him, dog. They gonna charge him They gonna charge him to the fullest extent of the law, bro. He is gone. Hey, bro, listen. I'm telling you right now, if he's able to come up out of this, boy, God was on his side. You hear me? Oh, God was on his side.
Does the family want to do? A lot of times, if the family is friendly with the defendant, or there's some connection there, they might want something less. They might want some leniency. But again, you also have to believe that in a case like this, there is an underlying civil action probably taking place if the person who was driving this vehicle had any kind of insurance or any kind of assets? Is that going on underneath the surface? That's pretty common.
Yeah,
And again, in this particular case, the idea that neither one of these people were wearing any kind of protective gear, if you're the prosecutor, you are going back to that fact to establish a certain level of recklessness.
But you know what's crazy? You know what's crazy to me though? That always happens. Every time the person that's under the influence, they get into an accident. Now, again, we don't know if she was intoxicated, if she had alcohol in her system either. We don't know that. But it seems as if every time the person that was under the influence, they never die. It's always the other person who experienced it. It's never the person who was the one that was under the influence. Never. That's crazy to me. The real life impressions. Right. I don't understand it, bro. I don't understand it. That's just a crazy thing. Every time the person that's under the influence, they are never the ones to be unalive. It's always the person that was in the passenger seat. Absolutely, Snow, name and money.
A certain sort of state of mind of the driver if you're trying to charge them with a crime. It's like, look, you got on this thing, you had alcohol in your system, and you didn't even bother to put on a helmet on a relatively dangerous vehicle that you were driving. So again, the family's wishes could play a role into what the prosecutor does, but it's not going to be the deciding factor.
What do you make of Julian's defense attorney saying whether alcohol was involved or not in this case, this was unavoidable and that he hasn't done anything wrong? Plus, he was also injured in this crash. But what do you make of his defense attorney saying that this was unavoidable?
Well, look, you're a defense attorney and you're doing your job and you're trying to paint a picture of something that was, if you're using the word unavoidable, I think you're opening yourself up there. It's probably a poor choice of words because anything like that, it could be avoidable. One, you decide not to consume alcohol if that's what happened. Number two, you decide not to get on an ATV with your best friend, with your partner. Number three, you decide not to wear any kind of protective gear. And number four, you start up that machine and you get going. So yeah, you can pick that apart, but at the end of the day, it's the defense lawyer doing what they're supposed to be doing, even if it comes across as a little bit performative.
And do you see a case like this even going to trial?
It's hard to know now, but if you're facing a vehicular homicide case and your defense is, there's some reasons why this isn't a crime. I mean, you may have no choice but to roll the dice with the jury and hope that someone is sympathetic on that jury to your version of events. Because when you bring alcohol into any kind of a serious injury or murder case, jurors do not like when there's a substance involved. I mean, if it was simply an accident, and sometimes people who are in accidents get charged if they haven't consumed any alcohol or substance like that. A lot of times prosecutors will charge cases based on things like reckless driving instead of.
You say you. It said me and Dr. Umar would have to fight for that Snow Bunny. I'm throwing shit. I'm throwing straight blows. Boy, I'm telling you, boy, straight haymakers. You hear me? I'm reaching back. I'm reaching all the way back to Africa with them. Yeah, I'm coming full force.
An impairment situation. But in this case, the prosecution seems pretty confident that they've got the underlying alcohol impairment as the reason that this took place. And that's what they're going to argue. Whether it goes to trial or not, whether there's some kind of a plea agreement, there's a long road ahead, and that remains to be seen.
Because I was going to ask my next question being, do you think that prosecutors have a solid case here? Because I can see so many holes being poked in this case by the defense. But do you think if prosecutors present this evidence to a jury with what we know so far now, that they have it beyond a reasonable doubt?
Right. What we need to know is what were the circumstances, for example, that led to the alcohol test? How did the prosecution get this? Was it a search warrant? Did they draw blood at the hospital? There are a lot of things that are out there in these reports, but there are a number of different variables. If you're defending this case, you want to challenge it every step of the way. Was the test done properly? Were there any problems with it? Were the people doing the test qualified? What were the indicators that there was impairment? Where did the alcohol get introduced into the driver's system? Are there witnesses to that? So if you're defending it, you've got to pick apart every single one of these facts that the prosecution is going to put together. But you especially want to attack, if you're defending it, the scientific evidence, anything that led to the conclusion that there's a blood alcohol level of between 0.10 and 0.16. How did they get to that? Was there anything that was introduced that might have made that test?
Yeah, because if he go to court, bro, it's over with. They throwing the book at him. If you go to court, they throwing the book at him. Here's the thing, he gonna do some time regardless. Now, if he takes a plea deal, they might give him a year, and then he do the rest in probation. Maybe 2 years. They give him a year or two, and he do the rest probation. But he definitely gonna do some time. Now, if he don't do any time, then God was just on his side. Or if he decided, you say, you know what, fuck it, we gonna fight this, and God on his side, and he make it out, hey, God was just on his side. But I guess, you know what I'm saying, we'll see. Motherfuckers just gotta be careful out here, man. Especially, it's hard. Here's the thing, it's hard to say, listen, bro, you know, it's so cliche to sit here and say, oh, bro, you gotta be careful, you know, you gotta make sure, you gotta be vigilant out here. But man, he a fucking college student. College student was just having fun with his old lady. You know, they was enjoying their time together. You know, of course, they had a few little drinks, probably had a little bit too many, of course. And you probably don't drink a lot anyway. You know what I'm saying, you in the middle of the season, so you ain't got a lot of time to drink. But the times that you do, you probably drink a lot. Then you and your girl, y'all just having fun, having a good time, and then a tragic situation just happened, man. So, you know, hopefully everything works out. Hopefully everything works out in his favor. You know, prayers go up to her family, you know, because that's a tragedy, bro. That's a tragedy. And I know that's gonna haunt him for a long time. That's gonna haunt him for a long time. So yeah, bro. Prayers go up for both of them, you know. Hopefully he can come back from this and, you know, rebuild himself up. Don't know if he's going to have an opportunity to go to the NFL or anything like that. He might have an opportunity to play in the Canada League or something. Don't know. But, hey, if he decides to continue to keep pursuing it, you know, I hope the best for him. You know, but can you do? But make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe for the algorithm, and make sure you hit the bell notification.
Listen, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to check out either of these two videos right here. And make sure you share this post with your friends and your family.
Yo, shout out to my dog, the genius. For becoming an ENG member. I appreciate you, big dog.
That's top dog aura right there.
Yeah. Appreciate you, big dog. Appreciate you. Yes, sir. Listen, man, the goal is we're gonna get to 100 members this year. We're gonna get to 100 members. I'm calling it. We're gonna get to that 100 members. So let's keep this train going. What we got next? Ooh, that's good. That's gonna be a good one. So I want to talk about this this Sarah Fatnot situation. The Sarah Fatnot situation where she's holding a lot of women accountable. Yeah. Sarah Fatnot said, I ain't got time to play no games with y'all ladies out here. I'm just gonna call it how I see it. I'm gonna give it to you real straight, no chaser. So we're gonna listen to what she's saying in regards to the Cam Newton situation, with Cam Newton talking about him asking his girl about her past and things like that, and then we'll kind of dive into it and I give my thoughts and opinions on it. All right, so let's go ahead and rock out, family.
Next next, we've got the male perspective, guys. We've added somebody to the team. We've got itsshow.tv. What's up?
What's good?
Like the control. So this is one thing, and I'm so glad that we actually talked about this, because I feel like a lot of women suffer from not being able to surrender control. And if you can't surrender control, then you can't trust a lead. If you can't trust a lead, then you can't submit to your husband.
Right.
And if you can't submit to your husband, he won't choose you. A masculine man, because no masculine man is going to choose a woman that's a challenge all of the time. No masculine man wants to have his leadership challenged for no reason other than you think you can do it better than him. So if you can be a man better than he can be a man, then why not just be with yourself? I think that if a woman is unable to release the hardness that she has, and she's got work to do, she has to work on releasing and surrendering control. Now, that being said, I understand why a lot of women don't. You know, we're in the world. We got to make money. We got to live our life. We've got to be successful. We've got to raise the kids, all of the things. And so inside of that, I think that we women, we need to work on, it's okay to be hard in the world, but take off your armor in the home. It's not conducive. And this is the thing too. If a man is asking the question, it means he's thought about it, which means it's really only a matter of time until he checks out if you don't shift your actions. And do you really want to give up or let go or get lost by a good man because you can't surrender control? Do you really want to let go of a good situation and a good potential husband because you think you know better than? And that's when God comes into the picture. That's when faith really comes into the picture.
I believe the follow-up question is, to the women who can't relinquish control, are they genuinely ready to be in a relationship?
No,
give it a little bit
in their place. That's what's normal, but it's not normal. It's not normal for a woman. Most women, let me say that.
Complete. So I want to talk about some things that came up recently in recent events. So there's a clip going around.
Okay, I have this clip.
I would think so.
Okay.
I would hope so. So Cam, who was on our podcast recently, said a few things and then retracted those things on his podcast later. Did you see that?
Let's see.
Did you? I don't,
Let's watch.
Let's
this
check
clip.
it out.
Okay. Let me turn up my volume.
Bro, the woman hates you, Cam. The mature me says, I can see why. And it's not for me to always have a response to a question or a statement. Sometimes you have to be able to take yourself out of your ego and to say, dang, I hate that I made you feel that way. I don't have a comeback for that. And like, I can't look at life through a woman's eyes, but I wouldn't be here if it wasn't women on this earth that was sacrificing for a better world for me. And through that, I've been able to say, hey, bro, your words matter. Like, you may think you're trying to go viral. You may think you're being funny, but it's not funny. It's something that, like, people are being impacted because you have so much power with your platform, with your voice, and people care what you say. Even though you may not take yourself serious, somebody else does take yourself serious. So thank you, for kind of saying that.
A lot of women don't feel appreciated, though, by you, Cam. One of the viral things you said that got a lot of women upset is the fact that you said women lose their value when they have children.
Yes,
ma'am.
Wait, pause. That was on our show. Hang on, because I remember.
So chat, let me ask y'all a question. Everybody in the comments, let me ask y'all a question. Do women lose their value when they have children? Especially, we're not talking about if you're married. We're talking about if you're single. If you're a single mother out here in these streets, once you have children, does that lower your value?
Hang on. This video, he said, I asked, do you feel like women's value gets lowered when they have multiple children by multiple men?
Women's value get lowered the more children that they have.
Break that down.
Because and I was having
Okay. I'm tracking. So back to this video. Hold on.
Have enough time to explain what you meant. So what does that mean that a woman loses her value if she has a baby?
See, one thing about this, Kendra, I've learned and constantly learn that the weight of my voice has power, more power than I expected. And when I do have intimate conversations with women that are in my life, whether it is the mother of my children, whether it is, the person that I'm with, mother, my father, aunties, my daughters, I just have to do a better job with expressing certain things. And as I have labeled myself, the culture's cousin. Yes. Yeah, I would say I be tripping sometimes. I am so happy you said that. Yeah. I think.
So wait, so he said on our podcast that the more children a woman has, the less value she has. And then he retracted when Kendra called him out and said that he be tripping because it's like, yeah, so you saying that your mama, your auntie.
Man, I'm not taking shit that Kendra say, bro. I'm not listening to no Kendra. I'm not listening to her, bro.
All these women that have multiple children got lower values because they had children. And I think that's the dumbest thing to ever say about a woman.
Okay, so I'm gonna say this, and I might get canceled on the internet. And I'm fully prepared to be canceled on the internet. But this is why this is a prime example of how women are constantly running from accountability. This is a prime example of how you deflect. If you deflect enough and play victim, you're now forcing someone else to say something that they don't actually mean. This happens in relationships all the time. This is the reason why a lot of women will never have men that they want. Hold up, pause. Because this is frustrating.
Why? Wait, I don't even know what direction you're going right now.
You know why I'm frustrated? Because this is the truth. Cam Newton, when you look at his success, he has the 4 6s, 3 6s, 2 6s, whatever. When you look at what people deem as successful, he is, regardless of what these women say about how much they don't like Cam Newton, he ain't this, he's raggedy that, blah, blah, blah. 90% of those women would be in Jazz's position if they could. If they had that option. And when a man like him tells the truth, what do women do? They play the victim. They act like, oh my God, that hurts my feelings. Yeah, the truth hurts, but you know what? It also sets you free. And if you would stop deflecting the truth and just own the fact that it is true, and maybe we shouldn't say overall value. You as a human are not less valuable when you have more children, but your sexual market value, the way that a high value, high earning masculine man would either want you or not, changes when you have multiple children, and absolutely changes if you've had multiple children by multiple different men. And I don't care what anyone says. So y'all, can I go right here, Kenny? Ladies, I'm here to tell you right now, Cam Newton can't say it because Cam Newton is a man. I am a woman, and I am trying to tell you, if you have multiple children by multiple men, for whatever reason that may be, you lower your sexual market value, your perceptive sexual market value, meaning the odds of a high value, high earning masculine man are now lower. And granted, maybe he just doesn't want to hurt feelings. Granted that it doesn't sound right saying, oh, you lose your value. You do. You do. You lose value. And nobody wants to say that. Nobody wants to tell the truth, because then what happens? Women uproar and they say, oh my God, you're hurting us. That's bad for the culture. No, what's bad for the culture is us raising our daughters to be the type of women that think it's okay for us to be sexually promiscuous and get baby mama left and right.
Yeah,
that's what's wrong with our culture. That's the problem. So no, Cam, I'm with you 10,000%. You can retract your statement if you want to. I'm not retracting the statement. You absolutely will lose value if you choose to be a more promiscuous woman and a sexually promiscuous woman and get baby mama left and right. I don't care what anyone says. I do not care what anyone says, because now I should say, there are exceptions to the rule.
That boy is good.
Are not the exception.
What are the exceptions to the rule, Sarah?
Extreme, extraordinary beauty. If you are an incredibly beautiful woman and you have a nurturing spirit and you are kind, sometimes you could have 3 kids by 2 different men and a man will still wife you up.
That's
if
true.
You wake up out the bed and you are a 10,
That's true.
And your spirit is in the right place. And you could talk to the dudes like you the homie, and you could kick it with the girls like you're a girl's girl, and you are able to have capacity to take care of that man's needs and your children without it being a burden to him. Absolutely, you are an exception.
Listen, I want to talk about that. I've addressed this before. So she's spot on. I don't have no gripe, no complaints on nothing that she just said. Because this is the thing. It's not the fact that Sarah Fott not said it. We've been saying this for the longest, but they don't want to hear it from men. They want to hear, and they barely want to hear from her. The Felicia Rashads have said it. The Moniques have said it. Shorty, take the bonnets off your hair, right? Been trying to hold the black women accountable, right? But can't nobody hold black women accountable. So that's why we need that tough love. We're going to give you the tough love. And this is where Cam messed up. Nah, fam. Because your platform is so strong, stand on your shit. Nah, fuck the retraction. And this is, I'm going to jump around a little bit. And this is also why I want to make sure that the way that I'm building my platform, dog, I don't want to be held down at all. So when that opportunity comes where people talk about sponsorships and all that shit, bro, listen, it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard. If any company is going to want to work with me in the future, bro, I'm telling you now, they're going to pay, they're going to have to, I'm keeping 100% of my platform. I'm keeping 100% of creative, the creative. I'm keeping everything. I'm not selling my platform at all because I want to be able to say the things that I want to say, and I'm not going to be held down by any business or anyone that tell me I can't say certain things. It ain't going to happen. But let me jump back. Cam Newton shouldn't have retracted his statement. He should have stood on what he said. You said what you said the first time. Like they always say, the first initial response is what you actually meant. No, ain't no retracting on that shit. No, you said what you said and you meant it because that's how you operate. You should have stood on that shit. And then Sarah Fott, now she still backed you up and said, nah, big dog, you can retract it, but I'm going to stand 10 toes on what I said. No, you are the one who are operating. You got multiple baby daddies in the sexual market value place. Guess what? Your value decreases. Your value declines. Sad to say, regardless of how you feel about it, you can write all your affirmations down on a piece of paper. You can do that shit 3 times, then 6 times, then 9 times throughout the day. You can do that shit. You can read it over and over and over. Your value is still the same because it ain't about what you see. It's about what the market sees. It's just like when you try to sell a house. Just because you think your house is valued at $500,000, that don't mean the buyer's going to value your house at $500,000. They may value that shit at $200,000. And so therefore, the buyers dictate the market, not you. The buyers dictate the market. So if they think your house is worth $200,000, guess what? $200,000 it is. You ain't finna get $500,000. Simple as that. And so it works the same way in these relationships. Your sexual market value is based on what? If you got multiple kids by multiple baby daddies, guess what? Your value then decreases. Why does that? Why does it decrease? Because that lets us know that for one, you have bad decisions. You make very bad decisions. You don't have discernment. You don't have control. You don't have discipline. So that's a liability when you talk about a relationship, because now this man is gambling with you. He's gambling with you. He don't know whether you're going to come or go. You're not responsible. So your value declines. It's not just because, oh, you got multiple baby dads. There's a facet of things that come with that. You make very bad choices when they come to men. You don't have discernment. You don't have the discipline. You don't have the responsibility. You don't know how to be responsible. So what do I look like coming in and trying to save you? Ain't happening. Now, that exception to the rule is something that I've spoke on before. I haven't spoke on it recently, but I spoke on it a long time ago. If you are a woman that does have children, that means, guess what? You are still competing. Just like the Nikki Glasser chick. Like I said, y'all are always competing. You are going to compete. So that means if you are a woman that has multiple baby daddies, or you got multiple kids, now it is luck. I'm telling you, luck is on your side if you already are an attractive woman. But what's gonna have to come with that? You're gonna have to do 10 times what that woman who is attractive with no kids. You're gonna have to do 10 times more than what she does. You're gonna have to literally overcompensate. You're gonna have to do it all. You're gonna have to come with real value in order for that man to say, you know what? I might give her a chance. Even though she got kids, but bro, she on her fucking shit, bro. She on everything. Like, she bringing me value. She doing this, that, and the third, man. Listen, I don't know if I want to let that go. I know the liability. I know her kids, man, but fuck. She dope as fuck. Like, she is her. She on top of everything. She on top of her shit. And it'd be hard for women who don't have children to compete. It's like, shorty, she got kids, and she doing all of this for me, and she add value to me. I might have to tag it. And then, shorty, you ain't got no kids, but you ain't adding as much value as this shorty is adding. You should be blowing her out the water because she got kids. She got liability. She's a liability when you look at it on paper. But it don't seem like it when you look at her in action, when you look at her in motion, nigga, she's more of an asset than anything. So I might need to roll with that. So yeah, there are exceptions to the rule. There are exceptions to the rule, but the exceptions don't make the rule. See what I'm saying? So a lot of y'all women, but there are women there are men out here that still make, yeah, we know that. But the exceptions don't make the rule though.
To the rule. Most of us are not the exception. And that's the lesson that needs to be taught to our daughters. For the women that already blew it, you already ruined your life. You already shot your chances out. That's okay. That's okay. Don't do that for the young women that are coming out, and stop deflecting. That's the thing. That's my issue with people. Y'all play victim so much. You don't ever.
Also, before she dive in, because she going in right now. Also, I need y'all to be clear. I need y'all to start being real with yourself too. All of y'all aren't baddies. All of y'all aren't fine shit. I saw a post today on X, and everybody was talking about that Cardi B fine. No, matter of fact, that wasn't it. They said Stefan Diggs. What'd she say? She said Stefan Diggs had access to all of this because they were showing Cardi B walking down the sidewalk or some shit. She had a sundress on. It was tight. It was form fitting on her body. And it was like, with Stefan Diggs had access to all this and he fucked it up. Men are stupid. I'm like, bro. And listen, I had to comment. I said, man, shut up with that dumbass rhetoric. Because ain't nobody checking for Cardi B like that. Let's be real, bro. Let's be real. That fake shit that she got behind her cheeks, and then on top of that, her past, man, ain't nobody checking for that for real. Ain't nobody looking for no fucking Cardi B, bro. You need to pick a better choice. Talk about a woman who's actually out here doing her thing. The ones who ain't out here looking like a hoe. The ones who actually are fucking attractive, because I don't think Cardi B is attractive at all. I said what I said. She funny as hell when she be talking on her live and shit, but she ain't attractive. She ain't fine shit. She ain't nobody I'm looking at. Ooh, that bitch. Man, fuck that. Hell no. No, absolutely not. So no, all of y'all aren't fine. All of y'all aren't baddies. A lot of y'all aren't baddies. A lot of y'all are average and below average. So I need y'all to start being realistic with yourselves first. I don't care about your affirmations. I don't care about your horoscopes. I don't care about your confidence, your false confidence that you got in yourself. I don't give a fuck about your therapy, because apparently your therapy ain't working either, because you still out here tripping and acting crazy. So you need to either stop going to therapy or find you a new therapist. Get you a man therapist or some shit. Get you a hardcore therapist that's gonna really tell you what it is, so that way you can really do some fucking healing, instead of somebody who's gonna condone the bullshit that you're doing. Telling everybody that you've been going to therapy, but you still out here doing stupid shit. I don't want to hear that. I don't.
Take accountability, and if you don't take accountability, nothing changes. And that's why you have a cycle right now of single moms, because they're not getting this message. Because what y'all do, you get mad enough to where a message now has to be retracted, and now women start to think, oh no, it is okay to have multiple children by multiple different men. It's not.
It's not.
If you want a high value, high earning, masculine man or a high value man. There are exceptions. Most of us are not the exception. I'm leaving right there.
Facts.
Even Google felt away.
Facts.
I don't even know how to. I don't.
Hey, bro, she cooked. She cooked. How can you respond to that? You cannot respond to that. I know women. I know women who heard this. They feeling just like this right now.
came down. When I came.
I don't even know what to say to that.
Do you challenge it?
I'm with you. I think he folded. I think that pressure got to him. But it's got to be hard. I'm sure he's got all types of people DMing him and texting him.
I mean, but I just believe what he said and what you're saying are two different things.
No, he's not. He said the same exact thing.
Let me explain, because what he said on his shows with Kendra is that I said the more children you have, the less value you have. And
we're saying the same thing. The problem that Cam did is he did not say sexual market value.
Yeah.
He's not talking about value of you as a human. And that's another way. By the way, this is a form of manipulation. This is one way that we as people will try to make sure we don't have to take accountability. You'll find the one thing with the sentence that is not true or is not specific or accurate enough, and you focus in on how that thing is wrong, which now makes the entire sentence null and void.
That's gaslighting.
It is gaslighting, like through and through gaslighting. And I'm sick of it. I'm so sick and tired of women being over here thinking that they deserve it. And that's another thing. I loved this episode. Kendra G, shout out to you, girl. Kendra killed that episode. But she said, I hate that I can't tell the truth all the time. Why? Because she's dealing with women. I will tell the truth all the time. Hate me, call me a pick me, call me whatever. I'm living the life that I speak on every single day. I'm not one of those people that speak from theory. I'm not speaking about, if you this.
And you see, that's what I'm saying too with that Kendra G show. Like, bro, what you mean you can't tell the truth all the time? No, talk how you talk. If your platform is as powerful as it's supposed to be, or as you claim it to be, talk your talk. Talk your talk. Say exactly what it is that you want to say. If you had a lot of those women who are saying crazy delusional shit, let them know that they're being delusional. Like, shorty, you look like a gorilla. What makes you think that you finna go and get a 6-figure man that's tall, dark, and handsome? Pause. What makes you think you finna have that? Shorty, you 5'4", you 5'3", 5'2", and you weigh 240. You weigh 240 at 5'4". What makes you think you deserve a dude that's 6 feet making 7 figures? What makes you think you deserve that? And you got kids, and you got multiple baby daddies. You bugging. You straight bugging. That's crazy. That's la la land. That's la la land behavior.
Then you'll have that. Maybe. No, I live it. So there's too many people that are not willing to hear the truth, and too many people that you're listening to that are speaking from theory. And you want to know the real problem with speaking from theory? You don't know the nuances. Mm-hmm. You're speaking too generally. You don't know the nuances of how to be a feminine woman. That's why you'll say things on public platforms like, oh, if I have to teach a man, you shouldn't have to teach no man how to love you. You don't know any better because you've never actually been in that position. So it's easy for you to speak because you're just regurgitating information that you heard from the past. It's not good advice. Yeah. It's a terrible message.
I think people confuse not wanting to teach a man how to love them with, I don't want to teach a man basic communication skills and respect.
It's a nuance.
I think they're taking an exception and they're trying to make it the rule. That's what it is. That's what everyone's doing. Like, certain people can get away with certain things, but like you said, not everyone's getting away with everything.
And ain't no way. Not with a masculine man. And this is the thing that I wish that women would really understand. Masculine men, high value, let's even take high earning out of it, right? If you are a hardworking man, you have a good job, you want to be a provider, you want to show up for your kids, you want to be at the basketball games, you want to love on your wife, and you want to be faithful. Why would those men choose you when they don't have to? When there's someone younger, when there's someone nicer, when there's someone kinder, when there's someone that pays attention to them better, when there's someone that actually acts like they need them, because this is another thing too. When women say things like, I don't need no man, you sound crazy. Why would a man, why would he choose you when he doesn't have to? Men need to feel needed. Am I wrong? Am I lying?
agree. People,
nope.
I think people want to feel needed.
Yeah, people. That's not just a man thing. I
But
feel
men
like
especially.
Men want to provide. They want.
Well, yeah, because that's a purpose. Because when a man gets married, think about it. When the man gets married, his sense of purpose is beyond him now. It's about his family. It's about his wife. It's about his children. He want to make sure that they good first. So therefore, that puts a battery in his bag. Makes him want to become that entrepreneur. Makes him want to go work 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 hours to make sure that his family is straight. So it puts a battery in his back because he knows that he's responsible for them. So yeah. When you sit there and say that, yeah, I don't need no man. Okay, so why the fuck am I here then? Why am I here? What purpose do I serve? What purpose do I serve in your life then? If that's the case, if you don't need a man, what purpose do I serve? I'm just here to fill up a space? Nah. No.
I take care of.
Yes.
If you got it. What do you need me for?
Yes.
You already took half off my plate, so I feel that.
That is the most frustrating thing to me because I am tired of people deflecting and playing victim to avoid taking accountability. And that is really popularized in today's day and age. And that's why we have this cycle of bitter, jaded, toxic, single moms raising boys that they don't like, raising girls that they make hard. And the roles are reversed. And it's not until we tell the truth. And yes, the truth hurts. Yes, it is harsh. And if you take accountability for it, we can reverse the issue, the trauma, the generational freaking trauma that we're instilling in our children. So call me whatever you want. Sure, I'll be a pick me, and also I've been chosen.
That's real. So let me ask you this.
Hey, listen. I mean, what more can you say? What more can you say? I'm gonna listen about 5 more minutes of it and see what she got to say. Then we'll go on to the next topic.
Why is it that women run from accountability the way they do?
Because it's easy. Right?
Is it?
It don't sound easy at all.
That's what I'm saying. Wait, is it really?
Running from accountability, because that would have to mean you're not perfect, right? That would have to mean that you too make mistakes. That would have to mean that, you don't have it all together. And that sucks. So it's easier to say, no, I didn't do that. No, I didn't say that. Instead of saying, wow, I'm really sorry. I had no idea that could have even came off that way. That wasn't my intention. It's so easy to take accountability. It's so easy.
That's why it's not computing in my brain why it's so hard to run, why it's so easy to run from accountability. Because it's just like you will catch a girl red-handed and she will lie in your face to avoid it. I'll be like, yo, until you tell her I had the evidence. I have you on camera. Like, you're like, what are you doing?
It's brutal. I have to say, like, I think the most frustrating thing for me is watching people, not even just women, because men do this too. When you choose the one word in a statement to try to make the entire statement null and void, you don't want to grow. You want to complain. And you could stay. That's why Jim Rohn says it in the Bible. It says it. It's crazy because we've been, obviously, now we're in Ecclesiastes, but Brock and I, we started reading a book in the Bible, chapter in the Bible every day. And so when we were going through Proverbs and we were reading, Proverbs 31, and everyone swears they're this virtuous woman. Everyone is like, I'm a P31 all day. Y'all don't even know what a virtuous woman is, because there's no way that you would move and shake in this manner, but a virtuous woman. Like, the math does not math. You are literally telling me 2 + 2 = 6, baby. I don't have that equation. I don't even know what you're talking about. When people say, if things get hard, you need to leave him, sis. Be with a man that can provide for you for real. Do you not know that biblically, for my Christians, right? Biblically, it says how the virtuous woman was up before the sun came up. She was making the oils. She was making the clothes. She was in the market. She was literally dressed in the finest linens. She was a servant. She had a servant's heart, right?
Woke up before the sun
Which is why the people, they respected her. She was respected in her community. That's why it says many women are noble, but you surpass them all. That is the exception to the rule. The virtuous woman is the exception to the rule. That's not the case for most women. That's what I think. Okay, I'm complete. Sorry. Next.
For sure. So I want to talk about this whole
all right, so yeah, I'm gonna leave that part right there. Shout out to Sarah if I'm not. She said I'm gonna hold y'all accountable. I'm gonna let y'all know what it is, ladies. Hey man, y'all better take heed. Listen, y'all better take heed. Instead of y'all trying to fight back, take a step back, acknowledge what it is that she's saying, evaluate yourself and say, listen, do I fall under that? Am I the woman that has multiple children by multiple men, and I can't find the dude that I want because the guy that I'm asking for, do I actually align with that dude? Because a lot of y'all keep asking for these type of men, but do you actually align with them? Do you understand what comes with the territory? Do you understand what comes with a man who makes $500K a year? Do you understand what comes with that? Do you understand what comes with a man that's a 7-figure earner? Do you understand what comes with that? Because y'all just say it because it sounds good, because you've been hearing it so many times. It's a great talking point. It's a great standard to have. But if you aren't qualified for it, stop speaking that shit. If you're a woman, you're making $20,000 a year, you're making $30,000 a year. There is no way, especially if you're just an average looking woman, you're not, nothing is what's the word? Substantial about you. What makes you think you're finna get a $500K dude? The only way that you'll be able to get a $500K dude, the likelihood of you getting that is very slim to none. But I'll give you an idea though. One way that you can get it is to find you a man. If you're making $30,000 a year, if you're making $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 a year, right? What you should do is find you a man that's within your range. Find out how ambitious he is. Pay attention and observe. Find out what his goals are. See what his ambitions are. See what it is that he's doing outside of just his job. What's his 5 to 10 year plan? And then if it's somewhere, then if the things that he's saying aligns with where you want to be financially in regards to that $500K, now you can align yourself with him and say, okay, he's not there yet. But what he's doing and the things that he already has his life planned out. I want to jump on that train with him. I want to build with him. Now, because now that you know what he's trying to do, what his goals are, what his plans are, you can now find a way to be a value add to him. So that way you can reach the goal, because why? You become the beneficiary of his success. But because y'all want these dudes already made, what makes you think that he gonna give you everything that you want? But if you build with him, start to finish, what are we talking about? Why not build with him? Why not build with the man that's making $50,000 a year, but he got aspirations? Not only does he have aspirations, but he's working towards it. It may not be happening the way that you want it. It may not be going the way that you want it, but it's happening. He's working towards it. He has ambition. He has the wherewithal. He has the resilience. He's working towards it. He's building. He's growing. He's putting things in motion. He's in motion to get to that point. You just got to be patient and give him time. Become a value add to him, so that way y'all can get there faster. Y'all can get there faster with 2 than 1. And you can be with the 500K man. You can be with the 7-figure man. But y'all too lazy. Y'all don't want to do it. So y'all stuck out here begging. You want EBT talking about you want a 6-figure man. The fuck? This nigga, how you gonna find them? Half of y'all, let me be real. Half of y'all, where y'all stay right now, you don't even want to go into the areas where these men reside. You aren't even in the areas where these men are at on a daily basis because you feel as if these niggas are uppity. You don't even know how to present yourself in a certain way to even blend in the community. So I'm sorry, excuse me. You don't even know how to blend in those communities. You don't even know how to say, you know what, let me see how these people dress so that way I can blend in and I can have the conversation with these people so that way I can be in the vicinity of these type of men that I'm looking for. Half of y'all don't even know how to do that. Half of y'all don't know how to do that. You want to know why Sarah is able to get the NBA player? You know, even though there's a lot of black men that marry black women that still are athletes. But for those of y'all who like to talk about, oh, the black men always get the white women, you want to know why a lot of times these white women get those black men? Because they are in the vicinity of these people, proximity. A lot of these women put themselves in the area, put them within arm's reach of these men so that way they can be seen, or that way they add value to these men. Before they get there, before they get the millions, they see where they're going, they see what type of motion that they got, so therefore they go ahead and put themselves there just before they get to that point of, oh, I'm a rich guy, I got all this value, you know, I got all this visibility. Just before they get to that point, they already attach themselves with them. They put themselves in the vicinity of these men. Y'all don't even do that because y'all too busy over there being ratchet over there. Y'all too busy doing EBT, got this EBT behavior going on over here that y'all don't even understand. Like this, all the six-figure, you ain't gonna find no six-figure earner over there in the EBT community. You gonna find them over there across town. So you gotta understand how to present yourself in a certain way to be in those areas, to be in that vicinity of those people, to find the man that you want. But hey, you got it. Can't tell y'all nothing. They don't want to hear the truth, bro. They don't want to hear it. They got it. They got it. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe for the algorithm, and make sure y'all hit the bell notification.
Listen, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to check out either of these two videos right here. And make sure you share this post with your friends and your family.
All right, so we're going to get toxic. We finna get toxic right now. Speaking of women. There's this shorty that was on Fatty's.
There's a black woman earthing.
That was on Fatty's panel. And her name is King Nene. Her name is King. First of all, King is wild work. Ladies, I need y'all to stop calling yourselves King. Why do y'all want to be men so bad? Let's be real. What is y'all infatuation? What's your infatuation with doing things that are for men? You're not a king. You're not. You will never be one. You don't even know the first rule of being a fucking king. You don't even know the first step of being a man. You don't know anything that resembles, you don't even understand what even a man is supposed to be. And that's one of the things that blows me. But I was watching this video and I was like, you know what? This would be great to react to because it's a little, I don't like using it, but I'm going to use it. It's a little triggering in the sense of not triggering that because it hurts my heart or shit like that, but it's because Shorty's off. I think she on the spectrum. I'm going to be honest with you. I think she's on the spectrum. She 30-some years old. She's still blaming her father that left when she was 2 years old, and she hate every African-American man, and she only like African men. But we're going to get into it. We're going to dive into it. We're going to get into it. And then this one's a little bit lengthier, so we're going to take our time with it. But make sure you like, comment, and subscribe for the algorithm. And make sure you hit the bell notification. Let me see. What else? What I got? They don't want to hear the truth. Oh, shit. Yep. King. Yeah, 35. Yeah, she 35, bro. So let's go ahead and get into it. Let's rock out.
Got no money. So this is why she believes in Coach Greg Adams' philosophy. She want a man that's gonna pay her. She said it. I don't know what you looking over your shoulder for.
No, I didn't.
You did.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
What did I say?
You said you not dealing with no man that ain't got no money.
When did that ever come out my mouth?
You said it earlier. A career. You said you're not dealing with a man.
You don't deal with I said no.
You only deal with men that have careers. Hold on, that's what you said verbatim. Let me fix it. You only deal with men that got careers, which is inferring. That's something we learned in like the 2nd and 3rd grade. So the inference for that would be what? You only dealing with a man that got money. That's the same.
I said specifically that one of the reasons that I do not like American black men is because a lot of y'all are raised by y'all single welfare mothers.
Who are you raised by?
Let me finish saying what the fuck I was going to say. A lot of y'all was raised by y'all single welfare mothers without a father. And a lot of y'all are emotional, and I just do not like American black men. And I said that the African men that I have dated, they have all had careers. It was not because I was specifically seeking out men that had careers, but those are the type of men that I just come across.
Can you answer this question now?
Okay, so hold on, Fatty. Hold on.
No, fantastic. You answered a great question.
Yeah, yes. No, I'm going back to it. So who raised you?
My mom and my dad.
Oh, your mom and your dad? They were married?
When I was born, my mom and my dad was married.
Okay, they got divorced when?
When I was like 2 or 3 years old.
Oh, so you was raised mostly by your mom?
My mom and my dad.
Okay, so you had 50-50 custody.
I saw my dad just as much as I saw my mom.
Okay, I'm just asking. I'm just trying to see what it is. Okay, so you were raised by your mom and your dad.
Is your dad African?
Nah, I don't think.
No, my dad is American, which
he's an American black man.
My dad is,
and he hears you talking like this.
My dad is one of the reasons why I do not like black American men, because my dad was a womanizer. He was not good.
He probably doesn't like you either, because you're like your mother.
If he liked me or not, I don't like his ass. But
yeah, there was a reason why he left your mom.
Let me.
I will say this. Shout out to my girl, Smell the Roses. Shout out to her. I rock with my girl, Smell the Roses. But shorty, yeah, listen. I know. I smell the roses. I know. You want to get in her shit. I know. But let her get her shit off first. Don't cut her off. Just let her get her shit out. And then you get off in her shit. Let her get it off. So you can get the full context of everything, and then you can break that shit down.
What?
And first of all, my dad did not leave my mom. My mom left him.
Right. Everything in your life has been woman, hear me roar.
So like I said, my dad, first of all, he did not leave my mom. My mom left him. That's number one. And second of all, my dad is one of the reasons why I do not like black American men, because he was a womanizer, and he just did not treat women good from what I've seen. So I avoid men like my dad. You have some little girls who they aspire to date men like their dads, and then you have some women who completely avoid men that are like their dad. I'm one of those women who I avoid men like my dad. I don't want to date a man like my dad in no way, shape, or form. So
what did he do?
Yeah,
I just said,
no, but what did you see? What did you witness him do, or was this something you were told?
He just kept a rotation of women, and he was not a good man in my eyes.
So as a single man, so as a single man, he kept a rotation of women. Do you have any siblings?
Yeah, I have a sister.
Did he guess before or after, older or younger?
My sisters, well, I have a couple of siblings by him. I have an older sister, and then I have 2 younger sisters, and I have a little brother and an older brother.
Okay, so
all by him? Those are all his kids?
No. 1 second, please. How many baby mamas did he have before your mama?
My mom was his first.
So how do you have olders? Are they your brother's brothers or half brothers?
Well, the older brother Well, I guess my mom was the second. He had an older son, and then from my mom, he got my older sister, and then I'm the third oldest, and then I have a younger brother and 2 younger sisters.
So he has like 3 to 4 baby mamas.
He got 3 baby mamas.
Okay.
Go ahead, Fantastic, and smell the roses with
So again, how do you know at 2 the reason why he left your mama? Did he tell you this, or you heard it from your mom?
I've seen everything unfold. Well, first, okay, let me just say this.
You were 2 years old.
The number one thing.
How you gonna see everything unfold at 2 years old? What you talking about, man? Bro, what are you talking about?
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Number one thing, and this is when I knew that my dad was full of shit. So my younger brother, the 33-year-old, that's actually my aunt's son.
Boy,
so
it's out the mud. We got Rashad McCown.
As a
bro, what you mean? What you mean? Hold on, that's your what? Hold on, bro. What you say? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. What'd you say?
Actually, my aunt's son. So he has a son with my mom's sister.
Okay, so
that's what made me.
Whoa.
You gotta slow down.
Fantastic. You better ask the right questions. Fantastic.
So I got it. So your trifling aunt, the bitch that knew that your motherfucking daddy was married to her sister, decided to not only this nigga, but let him raw and get her pregnant, and that's your daddy's fault?
It is my dad's fault because at the time, my mom's sister was 16 years old and my dad was like 24, 25.
Was she a virgin?
We can't defend that.
No. Hey, Fantastic. Why don't you hate women?
Hold on. What? He was 24 and she was 16. All right, let me
equivalent to the same way you don't like men or hate men because what your father was a womanizer, but your auntie had a baby with him. So why don't you hate women too?
Why would I hate women? I don't date women. I date men.
No. Listen to your logic. Because of one man, you don't like men. But because of that one woman, you don't.
I never said that I don't like men. I
said
American
men. Hold on. I'm asking. Excuse me. I apologize. I misquoted you. You say you don't like American men because your father. Why don't you like American women because of your aunt?
I don't date women. Why would I give a about American women?
I don't think that's Ali. 1 second, Ali. She was 16, Ali. I don't think that's fair at all.
Yeah,
hold on. Y'all need 1 second, please. Y'all need to hear the story from
Fatty. Hold on. It is fair. If she dislikes men in general, instead of just disliking her father because of the action, an American man as well because of the action of her father, her auntie did grimy stuff with her
she
father.
Was 16.
My aunt was.
What generation was this?
Hey, 1 second. Are we crazy? This like, no, stop. Hey, please, everybody stop. Y'all have to listen, please. Okay? If the auntie was a grown-up, that's foul as fuck, that's terrible, there's something inconceivable. You are getting impregnated by the father, by the husband of your sister. The girl was 16. Come on, man. Like, let's not.
Okay, hold up, Fatty. Wait a minute. Stop the press, homie. Nope. Here's the thing. I'm gonna go ahead and put out the disclaimer right now because I know how people they misconstrue things. People like to doctor shit and edit shit up. So let me say this. There should be no reason any man that's over the age of 18 be dealing with a teenager. I'm gonna call it out right the fuck now. There should be no man dealing with a teenager. No. It is a no. No questions asked. So I want to be clear about this, right? So I'm being clear for YouTube. I don't condone it at all whatsoever. So I want to be clear about this. Now that I'm clear about this situation, that I said that no man over the age of 18 should be dealing with a teenager. I want to say it again just for y'all to understand. What we not about to do. This is what we not about to do. Now, Fatty could have been doing this just for the fact of making sure that the channel is cool. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody trying to dive into the fact of, teenager, pedophile, all type of shit like that. So we want to make sure that we're clear that we're not talking about that. We don't condone it at all. Not on the Courtnee Edgar Show, not on the Bats and Barter Show at all. We don't condone it. But however, what we're not about to do is absolve the sister from accountability as a 16-year-old, because guess what? A lot of y'all are managed. A lot of y'all were managed in high school. A lot of y'all were not virgins in high school. A lot of y'all were out there having sex in high school. A lot of y'all, some of y'all were even having sex in middle school. So what we're not about to do is sit up here and try to play this game as if she was just that innocent. We're not going to do that. We're not about to do that. We're not about to do that. So therefore, no, there is a level of responsibility. Now, does the man hold more responsibility? Absolutely, because he's older and he should know fucking better. He should not be dealing with a teenager at all. So I want to be clear on that. But there is a level of responsibility as a 16-year-old, because guess what? As a 16-year-old, aren't you supposed to be more mature than men at the age of 16, or more mature than boys that are 16 just as you are? That's what they say, right? But even though we know that's not a thing, but we're just going to use that for this conversation right now. However, when I grew up as a 16-year-old, it was always law. It was always law. It was always the written rule that you don't fuck with your family members' exes at all. At all. You don't touch, you don't think about it, not even a little bit. You don't do that. That's cardinal rule number fucking 1. You don't do that. So even as a 16-year-old, you should already know that. Most people knew that in middle school. You out here fucking with your big sister's ex and you get pregnant by him at 16? Nah, what you're not about to do is sit up here and lie to me, because a lot of y'all 16-year-old women right now, 16-year-old women right now are fucking managed. I know a lot of y'all out here having sex today. We know this. We ain't dumb. We're not finna sit up here. You're not finna gaslight me. You're not finna sit up and call me fucking crazy, because I know y'all are. And half of the people were teenagers too, and y'all ass was managed too. So you're not finna sit up and try to gaslight me. Now, if we're doing this for the sake of YouTube, understood. But what you're not about to do is sit up and tell me, hey, bro, nah, she's 16, 24, no man should be doing it. I agree. But what you're not about to do is absolve her from accountability as well. You're 16. You're old enough. You know you're wrong. You know right from fucking wrong. You know you ain't supposed to be dealing with a 24-year-old. You know you ain't supposed to be doing that. On top of that, that's your sister's ex-boyfriend. That's a no-no. That's a big no-no. So I just want to be clear about that. So over here on the Courtnee Edgar Show, we're not absolving her from responsibility at all.
Oh, no, the auntie was 16 while he was 20-something years old. Let's be mindful.
My bad, Nini.
Can I speak real quick? Because
let Ali clear it up, please. Let Ali, because he didn't listen.
Hold on. The auntie, okay, yeah, I must have missed that part. So the auntie was 16 years old.
My aunt was 16 years old, and my dad was like 25, 26 years old.
She said 24. No, it's fine. It's just good to clarify. We're not going to judge the 16-year-old that got pregnant by an older man. Like that we don't do that.
I definitely missed that 16-year-old.
No, it's fine. Nini, by the way, how many?
But doesn't the generation?
You can go. I just want to know how many baby daddies does your mom have, Nini?
She got 2. My older brother has his own dad, and then me and my sister have the same dad.
Okay, so he has 3 and she has 2. Melanin, and then Spell the Roses and Interrupted. Please, nobody touch on the 16-year-old. Go ahead, Melanin.
Well, never mind.
Well, is her disdain for American black men justified? Is it justified at this point? Based off, if we're not touching on that topic as a 16-year-old, is she justified for feeling the way she feels about her American?
Yes, she is.
No, she's not justified at all. Nope, absolutely not. I don't give a fuck. Nope, what we're not gonna do, I'm not gonna play that game. Nope, she's not justified. Nope, she's not. Not at all. Not at all.
I gave it to her.
She's not justified for projecting what her dad did to all black Americans. It's foul. That's trash. She shouldn't do it. But if a lot of men hate their mom because they was the first dog they know, and she had men coming in around the house, if the first man that she knew literally got her auntie pregnant at 16, is the same thing as you have in a hoe of a mom. So now you think black women are all like a mom. Kind of up. At 36, she should be way past that. 35.
Hold on. My mom was not a hoe. I have never seen my mom with a man except one guy outside of my dad.
Who said that? Nobody said that.
Oh, I thought you just said my mom.
No, it was a comparison because a lot of people on this place say, I think such and such woman are hoes because my mama was a. She's the first woman I love, and she had men coming in and out of the house. We are not going to touch on the 16-year-old because it's a ridiculous conversation. We need to shut this shit down and we need to move along because 16 is 16. This is a child. If he was a 16-year-old man, if he was a 16,
no, we're not. That's what I'm saying, bro. Like that's not a real conversation that y'all are having right now. That's not a real conversation. That conversation needs to be had. Because now what you're doing when you see other people who have this conversation, they say, well, you're 16-year-old, you know what I'm saying? You're going to get absolved for responsibility because you're young. No, you shouldn't be having sex in the first goddamn place at the age of 16. You want me to be honest with you? You shouldn't be having sex in the first fucking place. Let alone with the 24-year-old. And that 24-year-old is dead wrong for even dealing with the teenager. We already understand that, but what we're not about to do is no, you don't get a pass for that, bro. You got pregnant off of that. You don't get a pass off of that. You don't. I'm not giving you a pass on it. I don't agree with it at all. You should not be doing this at all. And I think the dude who got her pregnant, bro, he should be under the fucking jail. But y'all not about to sit out here and tell me that these goddamn kids out here ain't doing egregious shit. All these YNs out here shooting guns, shooting these switches and shit, out here doing egregious shit. So you telling me you gonna hold? So here's what you telling me. You telling me that all these YNs who out here killing people, unaliving people out here in the streets of Chicago, Indiana, every place that you can fucking think of. So are they absolved from responsibility too? That's a real question. Are they absolved from responsibility from shooting other people and unaliving them? Where did they get the guns from? You're underage. You're a teenager. Where you get the guns from? I'm pretty sure you got it from somebody who is of age, somebody who's older than 21. I'm pretty sure you did. So therefore, we need to hold that same responsibility. We need to hold that same accountability across the goddamn board. I'm not absolving the responsibility because you shouldn't be having sex at the age of 16. We ain't doing that. Absolutely not.
Year-old man and a 25-year-old woman, I would say the same. That man is not the man, he's a kid. So let's smell the roses over here.
Yes. The other stuff isn't justifiable. There's a lot of women who got trash mamas, horrible mamas. Mom got men going in and out, can't take care of them, ratchet towards them, disrespectful, hiding food from them, and they still love their mama. It's not justified because one person did that. And I understand the act is justified to hate him forever, but to say all American men is dislikable, it's not justified.
Ali, she
I
getting the
don't
same
hate
result.
my dad though. I never said that I hate my dad. I just said that I don't.
You
literally said you don't fuck with American men because
you said it. If I go back on the tape, somebody mentioned your dad, and you said something of my dad. I didn't like him. I didn't even like him anyway. No. One second, Nini. You said I don't even like him anyway. Something of that.
It's not liking my dad versus hating him are two entirely
now we're playing semantics now.
I do not
listen. No, Fatty, you gotta be fair, bro. She said she didn't say hate. We gotta be fair. If you gonna hold, you gotta be fair, bro. She didn't say hate. She did say dislike, so it's not the same thing. So that's not necessarily semantics. It's hate, dislike. Hate is a strong word. When people say, hey, I hate, hey, bro, you know, hate is a strong word versus I dislike a person. Two different things, bro. So it's not necessarily semantics, bro.
My dad hating somebody.
Okay, so hold on. So you don't hate your dad. So why do you hate Black American men?
I never said that.
She never. Fantastic, big dog. She didn't say that either. Now, she didn't say that she hate him. She said that she dislike him. She dislike him.
American black men, I do not prefer American black men. I do not like y'all. Hate versus dislike are two different things. I do not like
Let her have. Let her.
I don't hate anyone.
Fantastic. Let her have it. Let her have it. Let her have the fact that she won't hate, but she dislikes.
No. That's just clear hatred because you said nothing but negative things, including your father. You not said one positive thing about American black men. And then
because I don't like y'all. There's nothing positive to say.
Exactly.
That's
hatred.
So that's not
what do you like about him?
I got you, Rosie.
No, I don't listen, Ali. She doesn't like anything about us.
Right. No, you're right. You're right. It's covert. It's covert.
There.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is this, and she has a very, very low comprehension rate, right? So because she didn't know what inference was earlier, right? So she says a lot of things, she forget what she say, right? So this is the thing, Ali. When you say that there's nothing good about a group of people, that is fucking hatred. You know, it was this place, and it was this place, and this war that happened. It was this place in this war that happened a long time ago that everybody talk about, right? As to where they took away the humanity of those people and said nothing about them was good, and it justified them being killed off like motherfucking insects and animals, right? So that's basically that's literally what you're doing to American black men by saying there's not one good quality about American black men, and then you juxtapose us with fucking Africans.
Hey, one more crazy. Please don't send no goofy super chats about the person being a predator. We would stop that. Most of the men on the panel on here would stomp somebody out like that. He is a predator. Absolutely. Don't say we bugging. Nobody said he. Hold on, real quick. Stop mischaracterizing. That's something in the black.
Yeah, she said that she didn't say it, but I gotta be fair. I gotta be fair, bro. She didn't say she hated him. She said she disliked him, even though we could say, even though we could read between the lines, but she didn't say hate. So I can't sit here and say like, oh, she said that she hated him. She preferred. That's just like if a black dude said, hey man, listen, man, I just don't like dealing with black women. Does that mean he hate her? I don't like dealing with black women. I prefer white women. Does that mean he hate black women or he just dislike them? Or dislike the behavior that they present? We can make that same argument. So I wouldn't necessarily say, hey, but considering the fact of the research that I've done on her, she definitely hates men. I think she hates men in general. I'm gonna be 110% honest with you. I think she hates men in general. But for the sake of this conversation, she didn't say hate. But she definitely is full of bad energy.
Community people, women that say, oh, y'all don't do nothing about that. If men know that something's happening to women like that or kids, they get stomped out. A lot of that stuff being private, and a lot of times mothers will protect it.
Yeah, protect them and never tell.
Not knowing it. The women would not listen to their daughters. I don't believe that. They'll still date a guy or still be with the guy. It's the women who protect them more so than men. If the men know it, that man typically gets like
you know what I'm saying?
He's definitely gonna get stomped out.
Smell the roses, please, uninterrupted. Once again, there's 1,000 people in the building. Please like the video and support the content creators. I would like to hear from Piki and Melanin afterwards. Go ahead, Rosie.
Hey, listen, he gonna come up there with his slogan. You know how we do. You say, "Black queens forever, snow bunnies never." You gonna be up that bitch like she.
So I'm with Mr. Fantastic on this all the way. Okay. Since I've been watching, and it's been for a few hours now that I've been watching, this woman has been
like, I beg your finest pardon. Tell her, I beg your finest pardon, sir. Absolutely not. You lying to me.
And saying some of the most horrific things about her own community. Okay. Yeah, you have been. And
Y'all
it's
are
very
not my community.
You're hiding in the dark.
Let her finish, please.
You're hiding in the dark. Your microphone is hiding your mouth. You sound very dusty while you sit up here
shit.
and talk about what men need to be making and that their Black men are broke and all these things about Black men when you look the dustiest. Yes. Yes. And all this
Now,
stuff
you
that
don't
you
even
have,
believe that. You
all
don't
this
even believe that.
frustration that you have, this disappointment in Black men, you should go seek some therapy about that. And I'm very happy to hear that you aren't a mother, because I think you'd be a terrible mother. Yeah,
I agree.
Just like you are likely a terrible girlfriend, a terrible friend. Okay,
Oh,
you.
No.
Oh, no. Yeah, right. So
No,
all the
never.
women in your family are so perfect. You're so perfect. Right. But no man will be with you, not even an African. And while you're sitting up here trying to juxtapose American Black men with Africans, okay, what do African men do to little girls, or some African tribes do to little girls in their culture? So there is not one better than the other. It just sounds like you are a POS.
Nini
Okay,
and
that
interrupted.
was,
1 second. Nini and interrupted. Don't interrupt her, please. Let her get a full thought.
that was cute and everything, but at the end of the day, I have my preferences. If I don't like American Black men, that's just what the fuck it is, and nobody's gonna do shit about it. Everything you said about me, you don't even believe what the fuck you said about me. You waterhead, bitch, because even you don't even look better than me.
You call her waterhead. You said you waterhead, bruh. She wilding right now.
So you might want to keep it the cute,
right?
Come on. Yeah,
I'm not hiding anything.
And you don't. I'm not
hiding sitting in the
motherfucking
dark.
thing.
My microphone is
Back
covering
face,
my
I got you,
mouth.
bro.
Who am I? What am I hiding from?
Your
What am I
hair
hiding
looks.
from? I'm
You look
talking
like a
to the
dusty
microphone
mess.
so y'all can hear me.
You look like a
And
dusty
why is
mess.
this? And why is this interrupting me? I'm talking. Okay, that's what the fuck I thought. Like I was saying. Anyways, like I said, regardless, I do not like American Black men. It just is what it is. I don't hate y'all. I just don't like y'all and my preferences and my own fucking experience. I don't give a fuck what this ugly smell the roses has to say. It is what it is. Who the fuck gonna check me? Who gonna beat my ass? Who gonna whoop me? Who gonna twirl me? Like nobody.
See, now you found yourself a nigga. You was looking for a nigga? Nigga here now. See?
Okay.
Nobody wants to be
what else
asked.
did
We
you
just
say?
want you
What
to
else
see
did
the
you say?
reflection that you put
What
out
else
there.
did you say? You don't look better than me. So what are we really talking about?
See, that's a projection. That's a
It's not
projection.
a projection.
It's because you
It's
know
a
that I
reality.
do.
You
And that's
don't.
fine. I've
You
dealt
don't.
with raggedy,
You
dusty
don't.
women like
You
you all
don't.
my life.
You
That's how I can
don't.
clearly
You
point
don't
out
look
that
better
you're
than me,
hiding in the
bitch.
dark. You have a
How am I
microphone up
hiding in
to
the
your mouth
dark?
because you are
How am
ashamed,
I hiding in the dark?
of your
You
yuck mouth. You're ashamed of your yuck mouth. You claim that you're with all these rich men, but none of them have fixed your teeth.
So that you can hear
You
me,
need to
bitch.
get your teeth fixed.
I ain't talking, and I still look better than you.
You
I
don't.
still look better than
You
you.
don't.
On any day
You
of the
look like
week,
a wombat.
the month,
You
the
look like a
year,
wombat.
anything. I look better than you. I'm
You
not
don't.
hiding in no dark.
Let me
This
see
is my
something.
room. You want me to turn on the lights
In the
and
dark.
protect you, bitch?
You're
This
hiding.
This is how am I hiding?
You're hiding your mouth. You're hiding.
No, I'm
You're
not.
just
I'm
sitting in the
speaking
dark.
in the microphone.
You're hiding.
So
We
that
can
you
keep
can
it.
hear me.
We
I'm
see
speaking
you.
in the microphone so you can hear me. Bitch. I'm not
Right.
hiding nothing.
Because you probably
What
can't
else?
clip it down to your
What
desk
else?
because that's how dusty
What
you
else?
are.
What else?
Let me see something real quick. I gotta see.
It's always an ugly that's hating on a pretty bitch. Like, get over
Yeah.
it. I
It's
said what the
not-
fuck I
it's
said,
not
and
reality.
it's not gonna change.
It's
I
not
said what I
reality.
said, and it's not going to change. So what you gonna do about it? Nothing.
Yeah.
You have
That's all.
self-hate
All you're
towards your
gonna do
own
is
culture, which is very horrible.
I don't
It's
give a fuck
horrifying.
about black people. Y'all. I said what the fuck I said. What you mean?
So that-
All right, so let me see. Let me see something real quick. Let me see something real quick. All right, so That's a wig for sure. That's King Nene. Yeah, that whole weird, bro. Okay, let me rephrase. She ain't a hoe, but that chick weird, bro. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. She's not ugly at all. She's a beautiful headache, bro. Nah, G. Oh, look. Listen. If you didn't hear her voice, if you didn't hear nothing, if you didn't hear this video at all, this right here will give it away. The lip ring and the septum. It would have gave. She got two of them joints. Oh no. Looking a little thottish right now, ain't it? And some thought behavior going on. Yeah, she got great skin too. She take care of her skin. Listen, we got to call it spade a spade. But listen, I'm telling you, that's how niggas get trapped. But she talk about African men, but we don't see no African men. We don't see no African men checking on her. Because if she talk about how she love how she prefer African men, how come she ain't locked down? How come she not locked down? This is what we talk about, bro. When you put this face, you're like, damn, she attractive as fuck. But then you hear her voice and the shit that she say, shorty is mad traumatized, dog. She mad traumatized. That's crazy.
That means F you too. That means F you too. You are also a woman, a part of the Black community.
I'm not a part of you motherfuckers. I'm not a part of you motherfuckers.
Like
yes, you are.
Are you dumb?
No. So what's
not at all.
Right.
And I will never be a part.
The self-hate is very sad. That's why you're sitting as a start.
Let me ask you a question. All right, so hold on. So you told us your dad was Black American. What's your mom?
Both of my parents are Black American.
Okay, so you're still not a part of y'all?
No, I'm not a part of you motherfuckers. Not at all.
So you don't like
she's a wombat, Mr. Fantastic.
Hold on real quick.
So I'm saying, so you don't like your mom either? I'm confused now. So better yet, better question.
I love my mom. What do you mean?
Yeah, that's just swipe that question. So if you're not a part of the Black community, what community are you a part of? Who do you belong to? What do you identify?
I'm not a part of ugly bitches like roses.
And she had the nerve to call Coach Greg Adams broke, but look at how dusty she looks.
Yeah, but
you don't even believe that I look dusty. You do look dusty. I look dusty
all night. You look dusty.
Really?
Yeah.
Nothing about
that's why
me
you're on the main street. That's why you're up there because you look dusty
at all. Nothing about me look dusty at all.
So again, so you don't so that's what I'm saying. So you don't identify as black people, whatever, right? Nobody cares, nobody can whoop you, nobody can do
specific type of Black people I don't with. No.
Oh, now it's specific, Mr. Fantastic. She wants to clean it up now.
It's always been specific.
Yeah, but do you see how that's what I'm saying? But you see how you have to backtrack several times to change.
I never backtracked. I've never
did though, and it's the wonderful thing about these. Well, let me explain to you, right? Well, you can say you didn't, but we seen it on tape. That's one of these.
I've never backtracked. I've never
really have because before it was.
Do you identify yourself as an American Black woman?
Do I what?
What do you identify? Do you?
Fetty is a first generation European. I'm technically 100% African, right? This is what I identify. I'm I don't know if the term African European, but I'm European with African blood. What do you identify as?
Okay, I didn't say it earlier, but there's really a specific type of Black American that I don't like. Like if you are a Black American that you're not from the hood, or not even not from the hood, you don't have a ghetto mentality. Those are the types of black people that are black Americans that I typically get along with. I don't like ghetto black Americans.
Unimaginable.
I don't believe that. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't believe that. I don't. I'm gonna tell you why I don't believe it. I'm gonna tell you why I don't believe it's because of her behavior that she's displaying right now. I don't believe it. I think that's exactly the type of women that she hang around. I do think that she hang around ghetto individuals. I do. It sound good, but nah. I could be proven wrong. I could be 110% wrong, bro. This is my thing. I am not absolved from accountability at all. I could be wrong. But from what I'm seeing, I don't think that's true. I don't think that she does not hang around ratchet individuals because she's displaying ratchet behavior right now.
Okay, so now that you said what you don't like, can you say who are you? Well, how do you identify yourself?
I'm a black person from America.
So you're a black American.
All right, great. Okay, cool. So
yes, but I'm not the type of black person.
We know you're not a nigga. You're just a black American. Okay,
we got you. So hold on. So what about you don't make you exactly like the people you say you don't like? Because all of your demeanor, all of your language, your vernacular.
Because it is a mentality. It's not how somebody speaks. It is a mentality.
No, it literally is how you speak.
No, it's not how you speak.
And your mentality is not ghetto.
So I gotta roll this. Hold on.
No, it's not ghetto. Not at all. Because if I was ghetto, I would be on here talking about some. Oh, I like Pookie and Tyrone, and I got
no.
And
I got. It makes sense. You said just because you ain't on here talking about it, that don't mean what you're displaying don't show that. You can say whatever you want. Your actions are what's proven. It's your actions. And what you're showing and displaying right now shows us ratchet behavior. It's giving EBT vibes. EBT. That's exactly what it's giving.
3, 4 kids.
It's not all about that. It's not all about that.
No.
What black American is a specific type of black person.
So let's do a little test real quick, right? So if a person was the hood of hoods, right? They grew up in the projects, they grew up in the bricks, right? And they never opened their mouth to say a word, right? They never did anything ratchet, but that's how they thought. How the fuck would you ever know?
What do you mean? I just said that. Okay, first of all, my best friend. I have one best friend we've been best friends.
Answer the question first.
I am answering your question. We've been best friends for 20 plus years. Okay. This is my only friend, my only female friend. We've been best friends for only 20 years. She is a black American, but she is not the type of black American that I do not like. She is not ghetto. She has both of her parents. She did not grow up in the hood, or even if she did grow up in the hood, she does not have that hood mentality.
Where did you grow up?
I do not like hood mentality.
Yeah, but hold on. Where did you grow up?
Trailer park.
What do you mean, where did I grow up?
That's exactly what I said. Did you grow up in suburbia? Hold on. Did you grow up in the suburbia? Did you grow up in the hood?
50-50.
Thank you. All right. So again, you see how you keep doing that, and because we.
But hood to me is a mentality.
Clarify real quick, Mr. Are you representing all hood niggas?
Okay, this shit just getting too ratchet for me, bro. At the end of the day, bro, what she's displaying is ratchet girl behavior, because if she wasn't triggered by anything, she wouldn't be talking the way she talked. You could tell her entire disdain for men. You could tell her entire disdain overall just for black people. I just say leave her to her own demise. Leave her to her own demise. Eventually, she may just be that stubborn to where she just may say, fuck it, I'd rather be alone. Cool. Do your thing. I'm pretty sure somebody will try to snatch her up. But even the African men, or whoever decides to snatch her up, she gonna give them that same attitude. That should sound good, but you display exactly who you are when you get online. A lot of these women who aren't on these platforms like that for real, who don't do, who don't create their own panels, who don't do all of this shit, they expose exactly who they are, the type of person that they are. Every time. Never fails. But shout out to Fatty, shout out to Ilkan Ali, shout out to Melanin Legacy, shout out to Smell the Roses, shout out to Mr. Fantastic, shout out to all of them, man. But hey, man, make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe for the algorithm, and make sure y'all hit the bell notification. All right?
Listen, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to check out either of these 2 videos right here. And make sure you share this post with your friends and your family.
Yes, sir, man. Tonight was dope, man. Tonight was dope. Y'all already know Wednesday, we typically try to go shorter. Try to go short on Wednesday nights. You know what I'm saying? Tonight was cool. It was chill. Appreciate y'all for kicking it with me. Everybody who was in the chat, I appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all are here Saturday because we don't have a panel this Friday, but we do have one next Friday. But so make sure y'all are here Saturday with me. Come kick it with your boy. We will be live. We'll be live again. And if you haven't went and checked out my recent videos that I posted, be sure to do that. I will be posting another upload tomorrow morning. So be ready for that. Be on the lookout for that as well. Go show love. Let's go build it up. Let's go hype the videos up. Go hype the previous video up. Let's go hype it. Listen, man, we're trying to get to 10K. We got to get to 100 members by the end of 2026. Listen, we got to blow this channel up. We got to blow this channel up. The faster I blow up, the more I can help more people. The faster I blow up, the quicker I can help more people. All right? But we'll get there. We'll get there. But I appreciate y'all. Saturday, I'll be live at stay updated. It's either gonna be at 3:05 or 6:05. I'm always between those two. More than likely it'll be 3:05. It'll be 3:05 p.m. more than likely. But I just keep a lookout on the page. I always post up in the community page, community post. So I'll update y'all for sure. All right. So until next time, my good people, I thank y'all and I'll holler.